So this is the main headphone set. That's the secondary headphone set up there that picks up your voices.
Alright.
When I say we'll go over to the players and see what they're doing, or I ask you a specific question, I basically turn my mic off, turn that mic on, so that people can hear what you're saying.
Okay.
Essentially. Other than that, do you want to roll for? Do you want to pick your secondaries real quick?
Sure.
Transition.
The Dark King.
Hello and welcome to Night Fight number 6. In the studio today, we've got two heavyweights, members of Team Canada ETC 2019. We got Devin playing with Eldar today. We got Conrad playing with the Tau, which I'm really excited about. So we are playing ITC mission number 4. It is Dawn of War deployment, which means I need to actually get that deployment map fixed. But well, we're going to be playing for a couple of hours tonight. Get excited, have some fun. The chess clock is up and running, ready to rock and roll. And we've got dice getting ready, deployment zones picked, all that good stuff. So make sure you are tuned, sit back, relax, and this will be another night fight. I hope you guys enjoy. We're using our cool Forge the Narrative objective markers. Thank you, Paul Murphy, for the Forge the Narrative objective markers. They look really cool. Really excited about trying them out today. Yeah, you guys excited? Woohoo! It's night fight. Conrad is really in the zone right now. Nobody, that camera can see you.
Oh,
that one can't see you. That one can. Okay, so let's go over to the players, and they're going to tell us what their secondaries are before we roll off, basically, to see who starts deploying, etc., etc. I know technically we're supposed to roll for deployment and then, you know, winner, loser, but we're going to basically do it differently just to speed up the process here. So let's start with Devin.
Alrighty, secondaries. I will take I'll take Old School, Headhunter, and marked for death on the broadsides and the riptides.
I'll take Big Game Hunter, Old School, and Ground Control.
Okay. That's good.
Okay, so Conrad is playing the longer game to stay alive and grab objectives at the end of the game, very like some of the ETC missions that we have. Old School Headhunter and Mark for Death, because Devin knows he's going to have to go and kill some broadsides and some riptides. Other than that, welcome everybody, one and all. Thanks a lot. Andrew Henderson on YouTube's. Hello, welcome, welcome. He says, best of luck to both players. Eldar for the win, though, he says. Yeah, we got the rivalries already forming on stream. Abraham Streep says, good hunting to you both. And we got the Twitch stream going. Hello, Win. Hello, Ficard. And hello, Renlor. What's going up, Renlor? Rar, rar. Renlor. Okay, so with that, without further ado, we're going to roll off, and winner gets to pick their deployment zones, and the loser... Wait, winner gets to choose whether to deploy first and go first, or their opponent gets to deploy first, go first. I'll go find them in a second. Okay, cool. So let's roll. And then you guys can start deploying.
Winner picks the deployment zone? Is that what you said?
No, winner chooses whether to deploy first, go first,
Okay.
or make their opponent deploy first, go first. Okay, so Conrad has the helm. What is Conrad going to decide to do?
Yeah, I'll deploy first.
Shocking.
Go first, yeah.
And go first.
I'll stay on this side of the table, I guess.
Okay, with that, that does mean Devin will get a chance to seize initiative. The clock goes to Conrad, and we start the clock in 1 hour and 30 minutes. If you guys have any questions, let us know. I just have to go find the car keys for my lovely wife, who needs to head out as we're dog sitting for some friends. So she's going to go over there while Conrad deploys. The time is running. Let's get this party on the road. TikTok, folks. If you have any questions, leave them down. Yoshi says, what's up, boy and girls? Conrad secondaries are Big Game Hunter, Old School, and Ground Control. Okay, folks. We will get started with this as well. Okay, stay tuned. I'm going to leave it placed. I'm going to get Devin to talk about what is in his army.
Should I just talk? Alrighty, well, what is in my army? That's a really good question that I can't remember because I wrote this list 3 days ago and haven't thought about it since. Here it is. Thank you, Battle Scribe. Alrighty, so it's 3 detachments. I have an arrow wing of 3 Alatar Crimson Hunter Exarchs with star cannons. I have an Alatar battalion with an Autarch Skyrunner. He's got a laser lance. A Spirit Seer, Lava 20 Guardians with 2 Shuriken cannon platforms. 2 units of 8 Storm Guardians, 3 Fire Prisms, and 2 Serpents with triple cannons, stones, and vectored engines. And then there is a mixed Supreme Command with Eldrad, an Ultway Warlock, and a Beltan Spirit Seer who has the Spirit Stone of reroll failed psychic tests. And for psychic powers, because I should probably tell you that, Conrad, you might want to know what I have.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I know.
Don't be a jerk. Don't keep me out of the loop.
I'm going to keep you out of the loop.
No, that's not nice.
Well, too bad.
That's definitely not nice.
Alrighty, so the Alatalk Spirit Seer will have Conceal Reveal. The Beltan Spirit Seer with the hat will have Protect Jinx. The Warlock will also have Protect Jinx. And Eldrad, Big Baddie himself, what does he want? He will take Doom, Fortune, and Executioner. Yeah, that sounds good. Those are all my powers that Conrad can't stop because he plays Tau.
That's unfortunate.
I know it's unfortunate for you. It's almost like I don't feel bad for you at all.
You don't feel bad for me? That's not nice.
Yeah, but I don't. I know exactly what it's like to be in your situation.
That's not nice at all, dude.
Yeah, well, you'll deal with it. Oh, and warlord traits. Conrad, who is your warlord?
It's a Tau fire cantrip.
This is warlord trait through youth. Is
Unity,
through Unity Devastation? Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
The only not garbage warlord trait in that whole codex.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, cool.
Conrad, this water's for you over here.
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
Problem.
Raven, we're playing no index, right?
Well, ITC allows index,
But like, were we playing index? Because it just determines on what the.
it's ITC technically.
Okay.
So
So
yes, you can have the Banshee mode.
So the Autarch with the Biclub, the Banshee map, which means he will not have the Ignore Overwatch Warlord trait, because that would make no sense.
Because that's redundant.
It is redundant. What trait does he want?
Okay, thank you for your patience, folks. I hope you've been hearing what I still have to put the. We're running a little behind schedule today, so thank you for all your patience. Really appreciate it. Hello to everybody on YouTube. Hello to everybody on Twitch. Thank you. This is Night Fight number 6, which is awesome. You know, it's exactly what we all signed up for. So get excited. The party on Twitch happening. Prime Vino, hello. Hello, Item Finder Deluxe. Just to check, Skari, ignore the lists in the Twitch chat. Yes, until I fix them in like 2 seconds. Fatal Hit says, I'm going with Eldar for the win this time. Don't let me down, Devin, he says. And Shane says, hello. Hello, Shane. What is going on? Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Really appreciate it. I hope everybody's having some fun. Also on YouTube, we have some action happening. Cranky Wombat says, it should be a good game. Good luck to both players. Paul B says, Tau. So super exciting. Oh, right, objectives.
Yeah, we probably should have done
Do you want to pause the clock there, buddy? So, just pause it. Just click pause. Yeah, okay. So you would put one down first, anywhere on the board, Conrad. More than 12 inches away from the other one. Yeah, sure. And then you put one anywhere on the board, Devin. This is the player-placed objective. This is a little bit ad hoc, hodgepodge. It's okay. Don't crucify us, internet. Shaner says, go Chaos. You mean Tau, right? Just brought the Craft Old Apocalypse box in my local GW, going for a fun Wraith list. Nice. Those are really fun, actually. Wraith lists are very entertaining. Good luck to both, says Chris B on YouTube. Good luck. They say thank you. They might not be able to hear you fully. But I'm just about to put the lists on the Twitch stream. So anybody who's watching on YouTube, if you go to Twitch, I'm going to put the link in the description. That is where most of the action happens. And then after the actual live event, after the actual better information panel, boom. Yeah, is it going now? It's going now. Okay, it's going. The clock is ticking, folks. This is the most intense game of Warhammer 40,000 you will ever see. Better than having your Lord Discordant straddle 2 floors.
Actually, Conrad, I lied. I'm not going to take Muslim. I'm going to take
Oh, you can't just be changing your
Look at him
mind
go.
every
He's
time,
he's
man.
changing his warlord trait in the middle.
Changing his mind every
What
time,
is
man.
this?
Forget
This
it.
is
I
madness, I
understand.
tell you. This is absolute madness.
I see what's going on. That's fine. That's cool. No problem.
Conrad's being the better person by letting Devin do whatever he wants. It's usually how it works, folks. Usually how it works. Yeah, you are. Oh. Okay, so now the clock moves over. That took 7 minutes and a bit, or less, 6 minutes and a bit, to get his time going.
Everything into one little spot.
He's been practicing his deployments. You know, we have a giant blob of Tau death. Giant blob of Tau death. So, I think you were one of the first people to really use it effectively, Devin. So it's like, you know, that's a compliment. That's a compliment. I also, I'm happy to say that I won Best Dark Eldar at the ATC. Yeah! I'm so excited about that. I thank you. I feel good about that. Devin might give me grief here, but I'm happy. I'm happy. By the way, thank you, Tim, for bringing the 5 prisms that Devin needed for this list. Really appreciate it, because Tim is awesome. Really appreciate it. We had a question say, you guys excited for TGX? That's this weekend. We've got the team event on the Friday, which I think is going to be super fun. I know Devin, Diogo, Dustin, and myself are on the same team, which is super excited. Okay, I have posted the lists on the little widget on Twitch, so you can go ahead and check out the lists right there on Twitch. So thank you for your patience. Appreciate it. And now that should be ready to rock and roll. Question about vectored engines, says Renlor. Okay. Go ahead and ask your question, Renlor. About vectored engines. They're pretty good. They're decent. They make things hard to hit. They're annoying. Devin Draper says Devin is the best name, so I guess go Eldar.
Thanks, random person on the internet.
Paul B here. Hello, Paul B, my Lord Megatron. What's going on, Paul B? Yes, I mean Slanesh. Oh, okay. He just wants Slanesh to do well. I see what's going on. Make sure those wings stay on the board. LOL. Says Shaner.
They are on the board.
They are on the board. I can attest to this. This is your army, right? Okay. So all right. So another cool feature, guys, if you hadn't seen already, is you can see my phone, which is super exciting. And why is it not working? Hold on a second. We need it to be working here. So hopefully we can get this working, because it'd be really cool to get it working, right? No, it doesn't want to work. It doesn't want to work on this one over here. Why? There we go. Ha ha! Victory. Could not allocate a resource. Ah, there we go. Yeah, this is one of my favorite things. The cool mobile camera, so you can kind of see what we're doing here. You can zoom into stuff. It's Conrad's Eldar army that Devin's using. So we've got.
So it's like we did an army swap.
Yeah, there has been an army swap of some sort here, and then that's the deployment. He's basically being really sneaky, just hiding everything as much as he can. And then this is Val Heffelfinger's Tau army in Conrad's hands with some Devin drones. Really exciting stuff. He's just like a big bowl of death. And we've got a couple of objectives all over the board. But this is going to be an absolute bloodbath, which I'm really, really excited about. So get excited. So you can see the objectives.
Yep, so 2 squads of 8 Storm Guardians.
Waha! That's the best way to do it. But if you have any questions, let us know. Just to remind everybody, Devin's secondary objectives are Old School, Headhunter, Mark for Death. Conrad's secondary objectives are Big Game Hunter, Old School, and Ground Control. And
I guess I'll roll for that.
Devin, no, you can't on deployment. Devin is down to 9 command points using 1-4.
Alrighty.
What did you use it for?
Deep Strike and the Guardian Blob.
Ah, the big guard, just 20.
Just 20 Guardians with 2 Shark and Cannon platforms.
What about the other one? Oh, they're in the Wave Serpents.
Yeah, they're in Serpents.
Okay, very cool. So, folks, did I get a longer chord? No, I didn't. Eldar the Dark Kin? Maybe. Okay, folks.
First or second?
No, he has to go first now. It's not ETC style. See, in ETC, the person who deploys first can decide to go first or second after they deploy. So Conrad is going first because this is ITC rules, unless Devin wants to and successfully seizes the initiative.
Would you have let me go first?
Okay, Devin.
The the voice is on you.
Alrighty, I gotta roll in here, right?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Can I roll a 6 and seize for the 3rd game in a row? No, Australian Z's. Does that count?
Okay, so with that friendly handshake, folks, we've got don't kick each other in the nuts, don't pull each other's hair, and make sure the time is on Conrad. But let's get this party on the road because it is night fight time. That's right. We got about 3 hours to go. For some reason, it's paused. Okay, there we go. It is no longer paused. And you can take the whippy sticks off because the whippy sticks are good. And we get starting. Game on. Hit that clock, says Archon Prankster. That's right. That's how this party gets started. Ha 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 ha. Oh, let me fix the zoom here on this camera because the zoom is being silly. Webcam control, auto zoom, save. Done and done.
That's very rude of me.
I like it. Oh,
I'm gonna advance these yellow drones first.
he's going to make everything in cover, going down to 7 CP. 7 CP down. Now his whole army's in cover. Your whippy sticks are still there, Devin. It's all good. I see 3 Crimson Hunters dead on turn 1, says Yoshi.
You don't know me.
So did you, what did you do? Kauyo and Monka? Monka, which is the moving one? Yeah, so he's... Yeah. So he's going to Monka to basically move his whole army into range. Hey, Zappin2, thanks for the cheer. I'm glad you made it to the stream. That's really exciting. Thank you very much, everybody. Good evening, Robert Lamborn. Good evening, Skari, Devin, and Conrad, says Robert. Thank you, Robert. Really appreciate it. Everything in the cover except the hunters. Yes, because hunters, anything that's an aircraft can't get cover because that is cheating. As that's worked. So we're using some screens and whatnot with these drones moving up, being annoying. And Conrad's just essentially looking at what he wants to do with this big blob of death. How many drones are in the army? 31 drones are in the army. So 31 shield drones, which is a lot of drones, but you need a lot of drones to stop everything from murdering your entire army, which is important. So, Boozle says, for the greater good. So we've got another vote for the Tau today. Beautiful army, Conrad, says Bryn Jar. Brynjar. That's right. And everybody out there, if you take a minute to just share the link to the stream on your social media, that would be fantastic. Let's get as many people as we can watching, having some fun. Thank you very much to everybody who started to follow the channel as well as we move in to the... Oh, no, there we go. Just getting this stuff all ready to rock and roll. Yeah. 23 minutes in, and we have some action already. So something I always find interesting about Tau is one of those armies that there's a lot of Tau generals, but not a lot of good Tau generals. I feel like in order to be a good Tau general, you have to understand the intricacies of either moving or not moving when you need to, as well as target priorities key. And a good Tau general will put overwhelming force in like a section of the battlefield and kind of break the enemy's back as quickly as possible. Anyway, so those are all things that you kind of learn as you go with Tau. Whereas with Eldar, especially right now in the meta, Eldar have like this, this sort of boogeyman like style where they just want to like murder everything in their path, which is okay. Prime Vino says, since I'm studying Eldar, I know which side I'm on now. He's on the Eldar side. Please don't call the fish cow people beautiful. They are beautiful and they know it. That's a direct quote from Devin, the sack of fuck. So, story. Everybody's been wondering why he's named the Sack OF. Is simply because he had he played at Adepticon, and at the 30k singles event took a Warhound Titan, he put it on a Sky Shield landing pad, and put a Void Shield generator next to it, and people weren't exactly too excited about that. So he did win that event. It was a competitive 30k event. So he took a competitive army, won the event, and then he was really sort of trash talked online, and then called a sack of fuck because of his actions, which is why now he's appropriated that nickname for himself and is wearing that mantle proudly, including a T-shirt that does say SOF on it, and nobody knows what it means until he's like, "It's because I'm a sack of fuck." It is the weirdest insult. I know. We have no idea. Okay, so we're going to go over to the players. Conrad, do you want to kind of explain what you're doing?
Well, I'm on gut. I'm trying to get in range here with all my Riptides and my, what do you call it, broadsides.
Sure are.
I'm
And
going to try
Devin,
and pop a Prism and hopefully pop a plane. and see how
Devin,
that
what's
goes.
your thought process?
I hope Conrad rolls like poop.
I'm going to move in advance.
You heard it here first, folks. This is nuanced tactical opinion from a competitive player. I hope my opponent rolls like poop. I hope he rolls like poop, he says. Go Tau, go Eldar, says Abraham Street. I love to see these filthy Xenos slaughtering each other. It was with great pain, but it really is well done. Yeah, no, it's really nice. That army looks really good. Robbie is fine. Robbie, okay, we'll do Robbie. Oliver Smith, sorry if this has been asked, but where can I see the lists? So you can see the lists on. Actually, I'll get the links to the Patreon in a second. You can go to the Twitch stream. You can see them there. I did post them on Patreon as well. I posted at least one of them on Patreon. So what I'll do is I will get that list up, and then I'll actually post the next list on the Patreon page as well, so you guys can read the list there, which is super exciting. I'm a big fan of putting lists up so you guys can learn and get stuff. So Conrad has 3 objectives basically right in his control right now. He's got the middle objective of the 2 ones that have been placed near his deployment zone and outside of his deployment zone, and then and so that's definitely an interesting kerfuffle. So we'll see how the Eldar can kind of try and come back from that. Destructor Liddy says, Devin's in trouble, LOL. Shared to Twitter, hope it helps. Yeah, thanks, Prankster, appreciate it. If you guys share the links while we do this, that'd be awesome. Like that, we get stuff happening. You know, that's usually how this works. If we get the name out there, right now, the goal is to get to 75 average viewers on Twitch, which means that I kind of go to the next level on the Twitch echelon. Right now, I'm averaging about 15 to 16 people. So there's work to be done. I've only been doing this for about 6 months, 7 months now. So super excited about that. Renlaw says, Vectored Engine seems like it's a major trade-off to have on a Fire Prism, says Renlaw. As in, why would you put Vectored Engine on a Fire Prism? Okay, so Vectored Engines are on the Serpents, not the Prisms. Fair enough. So I hope that answers your question, Renlaw, because you don't want to be advancing your Fire Prisms. Do you mind getting those whippy sticks off the table and that sheet as well? Just keeping the sheet off to the side. Okay. Hamza says, boo Devin, go Conrad. Hamza, one of the local Canadian players, he clearly has a favorite. or a least favorite. Okay, so guys on YouTube, I'm just about to post the Tau list up on the chat, so you can check out the Tau list. Hopefully that works. And I will be posting the Is he cheating already? Is he? Oh my goodness. At least Devin can see it. Okay, so we're gonna take it back to the players while they do stuff. Conrad and Devin are going to be describing what they do, so you can hear what happens.
No, we charge tides.
Tides, yeah.
Good thing you can do that in one movement phase.
What?
Good thing you can do that in the movement phase.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So I'll give this one a 3-up involve.
Sure.
Obviously takes a wound.
Yep.
I'll spend a command point and give him another one.
Is it move 2d6 in the assault phase?
No, it's the heavy burst.
Oh. Hey, don't doubt 2d6 move assault phase. Wins games.
I know. I'll give him heavy burst.
Yep.
Heavy burst.
Shocking. I'm so surprised right now. I'm not actually surprised. Like, at all.
People can hear you, you know.
I know. That's why I'm whispering, Redfin. Jeez.
Alright. That last one?
Alright.
So I spend a command point for the what do you call it? The 1 point.
To give him 2 Nova charges?
Yeah, so do I get it back? I do, so I don't waste it.
Cool.
And then I spent nothing else so far?
Sure. Is that the end of your movement phase?
Yes.
It looks like it. Psychic phase, you do that. Okay, you know.
That's not fair.
Hey, but you still have to do the psychic phase.
Shooting phase.
There we go. There we go. Alright.
I will give these guys the rerolls.
Reroll wounds?
Yep.
Cool.
I can't get it back, so I'll have it at 9.
Sure.
I'll spend 2 command points.
To do.
This is the marker lights.
Where's your associate character?
Right there.
Oh, I'm deck. You gonna do it on that prism?
Yeah. So everything within 6.
No. Characters aren't really gonna matter because they're not never gonna hit them. Get Serpent. 1 prism, 1 point.
Alright, cool.
If you want to pass me dice and I'll get mark light counters running up for you.
Yeah, please. There's marker light ones.
Okay, so the Sasea Markalite thing just happened, which is a very important part of playing Tau. You pick one model and basically all other models within 6 inches of that model or other units within 6 inches of that unit gain a Markalite token. So it's a great way to basically put either cramped up units all have Markalite on them, or you put it on a screen that's screened all the way across the table, you mark that, and then everything within 6 inches of that screen is marked. It is one of the most efficient ways to essentially get everything Markalited, which goes an incredibly long way when playing with Tau, especially when the first Markalite is usually the most important. That's reroll 1s, and then it also helps the other Markalites hit more effectively when you get to reroll 1s as well. So that is, exciting to say the least. Hamza does say, "Kidding, I love you both." Thank you for the list there, Prankster. Appreciate it. Thank you for posting them up on the Twitch feed as well. That's very nice of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
That's the only mark light you can put into this prism,
And thank you to BrainJar4444 for the follow, Thortech for the follow as well. You guys are awesome. I don't know why this is taking so long to do this, but we have, that will actually be a lot faster than normal, than me putting it up. But hello, welcome. If you're new to the chat, this is me, Skari. This is the weekly right now that we've been doing, Night Fight, which is a live competitive 40k show that you guys can watch.
That's what I want. I know that's what you wanted. That's what I would have done.
Alright.
You might be able to find it playing.
No, it's Alright, cool. I figured that's why I did the Sisea at least.
No, I know. So you have 1 for real 1s at least.
Yeah. Alright. We'll do heavy burst from this one into the prism.
Yep. Into the lead one, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Let's see. Alright. So 4s rerolling once.
So I'm -2.
Oh, you're minus
You're
5.
so you're hitting on 5 reroll 1s.
Reroll 1. Okay.
Sorry.
Perfect.
Yeah, of course you did.
Okay, the army lists
Now let's
are
just see
now
it.
all set, which is fantastic. The lists are done. Anything lit up with marker lights? He has put a few marker lights on some of the front things. Nothing crazy. Most of the crazy minuses to hit really help with the marker lights, of course. But now he's starting to shoot. He's basically picked something to shoot, and he's basically shooting with them. And they got a bunch of shooting. Renlor says, do you subscribe to the idea of shooting damage one weapons at drones and high damage at suits, or have a different tactics to get the drones gone? I just shoot everything at the drones until they're dead. I don't care what I have to shoot at them, unless they're what's her face's drones. What's her face's drones? Shadow Sun's drones. Then they just don't die. They just don't die. I once had 2 of her drones soak up like 2,000 points worth of shooting. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. Let's just say it was enough for me to not be able to kill all the other drones that Devin had in his army. That was pretty epic, I want to say. Which is awesome. Oh, and now we are on battle round 1. We are in a chess clock, of course. Remember that, folks. So, you know, there's quite a bit of banter between these 2 highly professional players.
It's 1, 2, 3. 3. Cool. Actually, make me 4 Ks this time.
I'll make you roll them on your time today.
Screw you. Screw you. I take 2 wins.
Alright.
Okay, if you guys have any questions, throw them up on the chat. Because shooting the drones directly gives them 4++. I wasn't sure if it was worth to shoot it to the the dissies at them. Yeah, that's true. They don't get the 2++. Like, you know, if you did like disintegrators and stuff like that, it would probably be good to shoot at the riptides, you know, because then you bypass the 4++. How did Devin manage to fit 90% of his army in a corner? I'm amazed, because he is used to playing Eldar, and he does all these random little things that really help. So, and that is usually how that works. So, super exciting.
Obviously all the SMS as well. Oh, I forgot to shoot my.
Da 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 da. Oh! I don't know why we did that. Nope. Didn't want to press that button. Didn't want to press. Okay, well it is Wednesday night. We're having some fun here on Night Fight. Christian Vavaturosus. Hello, can't wait for TGX, Christian. Oh yeah, nice to see you, man. Christian says, "Go Tau, he says. Because shooting the drones directly, that looks like the Eldar centipede. Yes, I know, it's crazy. It's just like a bunch of Eldar all cramped together in one little place. But that's the thing. You know, a lot of times, one of the biggest mistakes I see newer players do is when they have like a deployment zone, like Dawn of War or whatever, they end up deploying their army over the entire table, and it's one of the biggest mistakes you can make if you spread out your army too much. What happens is an experienced player will deploy exactly like Devin has with his Eldar, or Conrad with his Tau, and what they do is they'll focus their entire army on a small portion of your army and completely crush it, and then it's very, very hard to come back from something like that as they basically get better and better at it as well. Yeah, so it's just something to keep in mind. If you are playing a competitive list, you know, don't spread your army all the way across the entire thing. So we have a reroll happening. Did you get one back? No? Okay, so he's down to 6 CPs. He just spent a reroll. Okay, so we're down to 9 CPs for... Oh, okay. Oh, okay. What did you use that was a bunch of CPs? Oh, the strat and the... So you're down to 6 as well? Wow, the 2 players using a lot of their CPs in the first turn. We're down to 6 and 6. Come on, points. Okay, so Fire Prism survived with 2 wounds remaining, which does happen. You know, it does happen. But what can you do? Sometimes you roll that reroll and it just doesn't work for you. So I hope the volume is good for you guys. Let's go over to the players and hear some banter while I eat my face.
Reroll for Chowsa. Yeah. 1. -1, so I'll be a 4. Roll there. Goes through. Okay. Now you're getting a 5/6. No, you're also going to get a 1.
Alright, cool.
So,
Apparently.
you are just the worst.
The worst.
Certified the worst.
Certified the worst.
Cool.
Alright, that's it. Good job.
Coolio.
Didn't kill anything.
You did not kill anything. My turn. Sweet.
Go.
So how many drone units do you have protecting the bonfires right now?
2.
2. How many drones is that total?
6 and a unit of 9.
6 and 9, so
Yeah.
17? No, 15.
Yeah.
15
Actually,
drones.
this might be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it is a 9 unit.
It is a 9 unit?
9 unit.
So 9 and 6?
Yep.
Cool. Did you put the clock on my time?
Yes.
Cool. Thanks, buddy. You're okay, I guess.
Okay. So as we move into bottom of battle round 1, Conrad did not kill anything. However, he does hold 1. He does hold 1. Which are the 2 that you placed?
So the ones that I placed are face up. The one that Conrad placed are the ones.
Okay. Because that's the bonus. Okay, perfect. So he did not get an old school point. And he did not get a big game hunter point either. So the Tau did not have as good of a turn as they could. However, it's very hard to kill a Latok stuff at range. Because a Latok stuff at range is silly.
25. So I need to use in 22. 22 inches, 14 is impossible. Cool. That's all I need to know. I'll get the bonus this turn. Might not even get hold more this turn.
What?
Might not even get hold more this turn. Next turn I will, not this turn. Alrighty, so Serpent Hero advance. 4 plus. So it's like 20 inches of moves. How many models do you have going through this objective? I'm sorry, 1. Only 2 at the moment. So I should roll. 27 to 24, which means he would have to not be able to do it. Okay, cool. That's the Eldar.
Your max is 22.
Okay, so you said that my mic was a little low, so I just upped the gain on my mic. Please let me know if my mic's volume is a little better than it was. I'd really appreciate that. Other than that, yes, we're not using like a specific battle mat this time. We're using just like an old school mat with some it's like a cloth mat with some flock on it. It's just like a desert mat that I have. It's what we used last week. However, we set up the stream in about 10 minutes, which meant I was running a little late, so I just got in really quickly. We reshuffled the terrain, we kept the mat up, I had to set up the rig, all that stuff in about 10 minutes. So we will have, I'll try to put a fancy mat up next week for the next night fight before we head out to Europe for the ETC. Anybody who's watching, Team Canada will be in England on August the 3rd, and we will be going up to Dyson Decks, one of the channel sponsors. Thank you, Martin, for sponsoring the channel. And he will be doing a little Rogue Trader tournament at his shop in Southport in England on the August the 4th, which is a Sunday. It's a 16-person event. 7 people of that 16 will be Team Canada members. So make sure you, hey, call Martin and say, hey, sign me up if you want to play against some Canadians, which will be really fun. And then on the 5th, which is the Monday, we will be going to Warhammer World. So everybody is invited Monday the 5th of August to come down to Warhammer World and hang with us, the Team Canada, which will be really fun. So if you're in that area of the world and you want to come up to Warhammer World before we go off to the ETC, please let us know. But here we have Devin doing some pre-measuring. If something you notice from competitive players is they'll always pre-measure everything. They'll pre-measure movement, they'll pre-measure shooting, they'll pre-measure, just to make sure that now he's not just looking at things that he can move, but he's also looking at how does the enemy react, like what can they shoot at, etc., etc., etc. Renlore, yes, I agree. Oh, I see MDF. No, this is not MDF. This is an actual mat that is a desert mat. It's a textured desert mat. Kind of like the grass mats that you used to get. It's like a cloth mat with actual sand on it. So it's a really nice mat. It's like a very clean, like just desert mat. That's all. It's just deserty. No fanciness on it whatsoever, which is pretty cool. But other than that, I hope you guys are all enjoying the show so far. So, question for the chat. What is your toughest matchup in an ITC tournament? When you run your favorite list to an ITC tournament, what is the toughest matchup? And what do you normally do when faced against a matchup that is not your best? While you guys think of your questions and write them down, we're going to go to the players. Conrad, would you let us know what you thought about your first turn and if you would have done anything differently?
Well, I probably should have moved my marker lights first, but other than that, it's kind of what I expected. He deployed really far out of range, so.
Allegedly.
No, he plays a lot, you know. He knows what he's doing.
Allegedly.
Devin is only top 10 in the ITC right now. Just up there. Beating me. Currently I'm, I think, 25th or 26th at the moment. So Devin's outranking me in the ITC circuit right now. Robert says, have to save and bring you down to CanCon in January. Yes, I would come down to CanCon. I would. I would, for sure. I think that would be really fun. And yeah, let me know. If we can figure something out, let's do it. I'd come down, play some Australians. That'd be fun. Ramurka. I don't know what that says because it's a weird spelling. However, it says, is running a melee Archon viable? Asking for a friend. Yeah, it is. I've done a couple of fun, like, for a competitive event, it's probably not as efficient as a non-combat Archon. Is it viable? Oh, yeah. And plus, it's super fun. You run an Archon with a Husk Blade, Jin Blade, and a famed savagery, and you just go around murdering everything. Or with Eternal Hatred. And it's great fun. Great fun. Also, do you have a Patreon page? Yes, I do. I will post the link right now. If anybody would like to help out on Patreon, that's how I do what I do. So I really appreciate it. Or sub on Twitch, or share the content, or just comment, or just be a part of the community. That really helps everything as well. So I really appreciate you guys' support, coming down, playing some games. And right now we're watching two giant things going on. Skari, props to better lighting and video resolution. I could see the models clearer this time. Thank you. No problem, Conman. I really haven't changed anything. So I'm not sure what it was last time. I might have been tweaking with the lighting too much and then it just kind of came out all wrong or something like that.
So we're agreeing that if the time moves as far.
Renlo says, well, I'm not playing Drukari and a Razorwing Ravaged Talus list that suffers some against Knights. I've been having good luck with your tactics, Skari, of leveraging against a single target my whole army. Yeah. Focus on one target till it's dead. Pick another target. Focus on one target till it's dead. The key is knowing which target to focus on. That's the biggest one. Okay, let's go to the players and see what they have to say.
I want to cast Protect this turn. Sorry. Protect only targets infantry bikes as well, right? Protect only targets infantry and bikes, right?
No, in Eldar Codex.
I believe it's with fly as well.
Is it with fly as well? That'd be really good if it did.
No, in the draw, yeah.
I'm like 90% sure it's only infantry and bikes,
Yeah, you're right.
but I just haven't played Eldar in so long, so.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's been a while.
Yeah, sorry.
Hello, was Jake Mistal? Greetings from Poland. Hello, Polish friend. Poland Gate is one of the best ETC teams there are. So, do you maybe you know them? That'd be kind of cool. Conman says must be the light color table. Yeah, actually, I find that this light color table, really helps with like defining where the models are and the terrain and things like that. So it might just be the table itself, which is really fun. Just for next time, the bottom of the dice box is not visible. Yes, I know it's not visible. You can't really see the dice anyway. Plus, they're not even rolling on the dice box anymore. They've decided to roll on the table. So technically, this is just going to be the clock. Hold on, let me fix that actually while I give you back to the players as well.
He does?
Yeah.
Eldar will cast Executioner on the Riptide.
Sure.
He +2, he does.
+1. Oh,
Seer Council.
oh, Seer Council.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So just do 3 wounds. Take 3 more.
Okay.
Attack.
1, 2, 3.
I really want to Serpent Shield you right now. No, I don't.
And then die.
No, I don't want to Serpent Shield. That would be really dumb. So I got Jinx left. Oh, Jinx Broadsides. On 6. Yep. It's on.
Wait, where's the Jinx?
Dirtbag. I think he's in.
Okay, thank you, Set0 for the follow. Really appreciate it on Twitch. Thank you very much. So the psychic phase is essentially what's been happening at the moment. Now we're going into the shooting phase. Doom, Jink, variety of different things being casted on different targets.
Is Link Fire at the start of the shooting phase?
I have an Eldar Codex right over there.
It's when he shoots. Oh, it's when he shoots? Okay. Yeah.
So right now, Devin's going to be asking a few Tau questions because he hasn't played. Eldar. He's been playing Tau for the better part of like 1.5 years, 2 years. So he's got a lot of Tau information in his brain. Maybe not as much in terms of Eldar stuff. However, the way he's maneuvered, he's kind of moved the Guardians out. He's also got 20 Guardians in Deep Strike Reserve, which is also something that Conrad, the top player, is going to have to really keep in mind as they kind of maneuver here. And he's moved a Wave Serpent off to the side. If he kills all those drones, he can potentially fire and fade up into that objective to get hold more for the turn. Because if he can steal that objective, that is also the objective that he placed, which would also give him access to the bonus point, which is a smart play by Devin as well. But it's pretty cool. Yeah, I love competitive 40k. Coming back from the ATC, seeing all these like high level people playing the game, it was a lot of fun. So, greetings, a live bacon. Does that mean a pig? Because you're live bacon. Yeah, it's a weird name, but I'll take it. Welcome to the chat. Keep it civil, Mr. Live Bacon.
So I'm just going to do these two together.
As for me being your father, I seriously doubt it, since I have a son of my own, and he is 7, and he's upstairs in bed. Linked fires when the fire prism's cannon is dedicated to a target. I agree. It's one of the best stratagems in the Tau book. However, in the Eldar book. However, I find night spinners to be a lot more useful than fire prisms, in my opinion, which is very important. So,
we have video. That's a mighty high roll.
Drama
That's
dash.
the only one above average.
Have to run for the night, says Arkham Prankster. No problem. Bye, Arkham Prankster. Thanks for tuning in.
I'm shooting the D6 shots.
The Dark Kinskin. Yeah, the Dark Kinskin. I agree. Skari, what's your opinion of all dressed chips? I think they're delicious. Cool. I hope that answers your question. The question is directed to Conrad. Item Finder Deluxe has a question for Conrad, but open to all. I've seen a few reports now with Tau going first, and the opposing army is deployed right at the back of the board, so Tau player uses their first Monka as a non-Tau player. What's the reasoning that goes into deciding whether Monka first turn or not? Yes. Okay, Conrad, do you want to answer that question? Go.
That'll be 11 -3s on the broadsides for 1 damage each.
Conrad's really into the game right now. I'll ask him after, but I'll answer that question. Basically, if you're out of range, you want to make sure that you Monka. He's getting into the middle of the board, gets everything in range, so that do you have Shadow Sun in the list?
Yes.
Okay, so he does have a Kauyon in the list as well, which he can also use. So he's not wasting a Kauyon, but now he's getting in a position that no matter where the enemy goes on the table, he'll have access to the Kauyon to get some shooting done. So he's playing the second turn game by using that first turn to do some shooting, but also get into combat and get into range that first turn as well. At least that's what I would do. So a smart player would definitely.
Single wound. Has 1 wound left? No, he took 1 wound. Oh, you look. He took 3 wounds. Yeah. My apologies.
Okay. So, taking some damage on the broadsides, taking some damage on the riptides, but lots and lots of shooting. Lots and lots of shooting is a big thing. Isn't it basically an auto take for Shadow Sun? Yeah, so Shadow Sun, which is the Tau commander, gives you a free Kauyon, which is the reroll, reroll all hit rolls for everything that doesn't move within 6 inches. So you still have access to a Monka or a Kauyon as well. So you can either do double Kauyon or you can do a Monka and a Kauyon in the game, which is very, very, very tactically flexible. And she is so cheap. She's like an auto take in a Tau army, which is incredibly, incredibly strong. Right? So right now, the Riptide's taking some damage. The drones are taking some damage. Broadside taking some damage. There's a lot of shooting out of this Eldar army. However, if the Tau can withstand the onslaught this first turn, will be the return firepower is going to be astronomically strong. So that's something that I'm really looking forward to as well. So if you want to take a look at the lists, I am putting them in the chat right now. If you are watching this recorded, it will be in the description down below. Let's go over to the players and listen to their banter.
You killed.
You're in 1 hemlock, 2 hemlocks in the crimson, or 2 crimson?
No, 3 crimsons. It's just
3 crimson.
Yeah. Conrad? Hunter there's gonna shoot the broadsides.
Okay.
So Stark hands. They're gonna jinx. Stark hands. Yeah. Reroll 1s. All hit. Looking for 3s. Reroll for doom. 3 Stark cannon wounds. Or 4 Stark cannon wounds, sorry.
Kick out the drones.
Of course you will. 1 safe.
1.
So 1
5
up safe.
5 up.
You're gonna make it. Oh, off the board.
Oh.
Oh. And then 3 get kicked to drones.
And 3 get kicked.
Okay.
1 drone.
So the one of the broadsides has gone down. Lots and lots of fire. What has fired so far, Devin? So we've had all the fire, 2 of the fire prisons, both serpents.
And this is plane number 1 shooting.
Oh, okay. You've already killed a broadside?
Yeah.
Interesting. So one of the broadsides has gone down, which is one of the marked for death targets. I think it's just been good shooting at the broadsides to try to get them through to the drones. Renlo says, yeah, the Kauyon that is going to happen next turn is going to make some boom boom. 100%. 3 Riptides on Kauyon is no joke. P8 Blue 85 and Drama, thank you very much for the follows. Really appreciate it on Twitch. You guys are capital, or girls. I don't know what you are by your names or what you identify with because it's 2019, so you can be anything you want. some of those riptides look really cool converted as well. Super exciting stuff. And it seems like he just trying to murder broadsides as much as he can. Just shooting broadsides as much as physically possible. Which makes sense. Anything that doesn't go to the broadsides, to the broadsides goes into the drones, which is super big, which makes sense. If he fails a couple of saves, boom, instant broadside dead, which is kind of fun actually, as well. It's on it's on 2 pluses that it hits the drones, right? Yeah, okay. So now the thing about things like mortal wounds and things like that is that you can't pass mortal wounds over to the drones, so psychic powers and things are very, very powerful against the drones as well. And Conrad, I believe, did stagger his drones so he could kind of put the wounds on different drone units as well. Robert Lambourne says, will you be taking the Tantalus to the ETC? You're not allowed Forge World options at the ETC, so no. The Tantalus is a Forge World option, so I will not. I love my Tantalus. However, I can't take it to ETC. Thortech says, loving the videos. Loving your comments, Thortech. Thank you. Thank you for saying hello. Welcome to the stream, to Night Fight 6. So the way that I'm going to be structuring Night Fight, for anybody here, is we've done, this is number 6. I'll be doing 2 more regular Night Fights, which will be 7 and 8 for Season 1. And then I'll be getting the top 8 winners, the 8 winners of Night Fights, and they will be facing off in they will be facing off one against each other to do a semifinals, and then I'll get the top 4 winners to do a quarterfinals, and then I'll get the 2 winners to do a final, and then we'll have a champion reigned for Season 1, and then from there we'll go into Season 2, where we'll basically do the same thing, and it'll be over and over again. So Robert Lambourne says, just putting paint on it while watching. That's right, just put paint on it. Hashtag is the best way to solve all your problems in life. By the way, Conrad, you don't have to roll on that anymore. I switched the camera to just the clock, so you guys can just roll on the table now.
I got you. Alright, I'll take them both to drones.
These are pulse lasers, remember? If you fail them both, you just lose a broadside. 3 wounds. Oh, you're kicking them the drones.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like
5 ups.
Oh, sick. Of course. Of course he does. Alright, wow, that's annoying. Have I killed the unit? No, I haven't.
No, you have not.
Alright, well, he's gonna pop his serpent shield.
I hope he doesn't.
Sure does. I'll CP that. Top those.
Down 2-1.
Yeah.
How many CPs do you have left, though? 2. 2 CPs?
Yeah.
Alright, that's it. Charging me.
So Devin's trying to do as much as he can possibly do to... Can't do that on the same turn.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's annoying.
Has to be in a turn after that.
He'll shoot broadsides.
Okay, so last fire prism, basically shooting as much as he can into the last broadside. There's 1 broadside left. Oh no, 2 broadsides left. Oh, this is the messed up fire prism that has like 1 wound or whatever left. Reroll for pick a rule. I like it. So we just got some drones trying to take some hits here, and 1 drone goes down, which is another. Drones are just ridiculously annoying. The fact that you can hit them with multiple damage weapons, and if you knock it over to a drone, it becomes 1 damage they can save with a feel no pain, is absolutely ridiculous. Sharonan 2011, sorry I'm late to the party. No problem. You are forgiven. The Archon forgives you. Thank you for tuning in, however. It was really fun. You done there, Devin? Oh, okay. Okay, pass the clock over. So, oh, that's right. So Morales, pass the clock over. And we got some morale tests to do.
Yep. Does the ethereal
Yeah.
get that?
Yes.
He gets the leadership.
So now, I would love to hear Devin's take on what he was trying to do his last turn. If you can. Yeah, I'll do that as we do some recaps into the Cool. So we got like a whole bunch of stuff going. And this is just morale test because he took a lot of damage on different units. So it's always important to remember these morale tests. Dark Arin, you say ridiculous. Some would say fun. Correct. Okay. So we'll knock it over to general chat. Do you want to pause it real quick? We're going to do our round 1 scoring. So everybody wants to kind of tell them what you've been doing.
Okay, so I hold one. I hold more than Devin.
You hold, yeah.
And then Devin also didn't kill anything.
Wow.
And he holds
Because
one.
somebody made every drone save. For all the viewers, Team Canada dice are rigged to roll 5s and 6s. I will soon have them.
This will keep me in the game.
Yeah.
Literally.
Okay,
The
so
boss win.
I do want to start the clock again there,
Yeah.
Conrad.
Okay.
Do you want to start the clock again there, Conrad?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so we're starting the clock. This is round 2, and we are 2 points to Conrad, 1 point to Devin. This is the highest level scoring game we've ever had here on the channel so far. Yeah, it's going to be. This did not get decided by turn 1, which is a big deal because we were all thinking that it was going to be decided on turn 1, but it is not, which is exciting. So we have victory points for how many CPs do you have left, Conrad?
I should have 6.
You have 6. Okay, you have 2. Perfect. Okay, so 6 and 2. So all these CPs, VPs, primary VPs, no secondaries have been taken yet so far, which is awesome. Invasive wargaming. Gotta make sure the drones do morale. Very important. Yes, absolutely.
He did morale.
Yeah, he did. He did his morale. Very important as well. Was discussing a deep philosophical and political matters, says Shuronen, which started by discussing the impending Eisenhorn show. I'm actually excited about the Eisenhorn show. I think, you know what, let's give him a chance. Let's give him a chance, see what happens. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully it works out. You know, that'd be great. As a recap, we're moving into Battle Round 2. And, so that's good. I can actually switch this here. Battle Round 2. And Conrad has Big Game Hunter, old school, but he did not kill anything on the first turn, and he has ground control for late game objective holding. Devin has 1 point. He took old school as well, did not kill anything on the first turn. Very unlikely, but it happened. And then Headhunter and Marked for Death, which is the broadsides and the 3 riptides as well. Shonen says, I'm cautiously optimistic for the Eisenhorn show. I'm hopeful. Then again, as GW would say, hope is the first step on the long road towards disappointment. So if you read anything from the lore, that's usually how that works. And here the Tau have declared their Kauyon, which means that the Riptides, the Broadsides, are not going to want to move at all, and they just want to shoot a lot. How many wounds does he have left?
Okay, so
There's only one last. He's going to heal so he can double charge his turn.
so
It's
Makes
2
sense.
2 CP.
Cool.
Do I get it back? No.
Okay. So then we go down to 5 CPs for 5 CPs for that.
So I'm down to 4.
Down to 4. Okay. Did you make him act as normal as well?
I'm about to do it.
Oh, okay.
But that's in the shooting phase, or is that movement as well?
That's also moving phase.
Okay, so I'll spend a command point.
So he now goes down to 3.
Do I get it back? No. Alright, down to 3.
Very cool.
You're going to lose 1 to no reactor.
Cool. So 1 Riptide is almost dead, and 1 Broadside died. Yeah, there's Robert Lambourne. The GW made a press release today about them doing a live-action show based around the Eisenhorn series, essentially. So it's going to be like a horror, suspense, detective-style show, I guess, based in the 40th millennium, with Eisenhorn and his lackeys or whatever. So that's going to be really fun. Very entertaining, I would say. It's going to be exciting. So apparently, who knows when it'll be. So. GW has engaged the director of the X-Files to do a show center, right? So it's X-Files guy, so not bad. Mega Zarek. I'm hopeful that we actually see it since it hasn't even made it to production yet. Well. I'm hopeful that it'll make it past production then. That'll be fun. That'll be exciting if it does. Everybody on YouTube, I'm putting the link to Twitch, which is the main avenue to watch me do stuff every day, like the paint stream, which happens every day at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We sit down and we paint. Just Put Paint on It is called the name of the stream. If you want to guys head over, that'd be great. Melting Faces. Hello, Melting Faces. I have finally started playing 1750 points of AdMech, and I'm having trouble with capturing VPs from objectives. Any tips or tricks for AdMech? And thank you for the follow, Dakarin. Devin says, here, Devin's going to go over what his first turn was, and he's going to tell you about AdMech.
Cool. AdMech guy, take the drill. It's really good.
So talk about your first turn. Point at the table.
So pretty much what I wanted to do was make Conrad blow through as many drones as possible. I knew I was unlikely to kill anything. I almost got that Riptide. I should have gotten that Riptide. I didn't get that Riptide. So a little trick for all you Eldar players out there against Tau. If you have 3 Fire Prisms, shoot the Strength 6 D6 damage shots at like broadsides or something. Because it's -3. If you jinx him, he only has a 6-up save.
9 D3 damage, right?
No, Strength 6 -3 1 damage. Because
Except I rolled like 4 or 5.
except Mr. I don't fail 5-up saves. That plan didn't really work out. But generally what happens is he'll start taking wounds on a broadside, realize, oh crap, I'm going to lose a broadside, and then you just kill like 10 or 12 drones usually. Which is really good, and then the hunters can usually kill a bunch, and then you're very unlikely to kill suit units in your first turn, but if you can deplete the drones, then you're in a very good position for turn 2. Because even with velocity trackers, you're still really hard to kill, like -2 planes and all that.
But killing the drones is definitely something that is super big.
And the only reason like this is
Hold on. Say this in.
Say again.
Oh, like the only reason why this is actually a game is because Conrad took velocity trackers. If you don't take velocity trackers, like a lot of Tau players will take ATS on broadsides, because they like the -1 AP smart missiles, they like the -2 AP high yields, and then you play against Eldar and you just never hit them. And it's like AP -2 high yields don't mean anything you can't hit.
Alright. So.
And every other matchup you win anyway, so.
Nova reactors.
You heard it here first, folks. Every other matchup, you just win with Tau.
Unless it's chaos.
Unless it's chaos. I sincerely hope it goes to a premium station so they don't have to pull their inquisitorial punches. Yeah, it'd be really cool if it was like a very like grim dark, like it can actually be part of like the 40k universe and stuff like that, which is really good. So that'll be really exciting when it goes that way. But other than that, with that Callion, we'll see kind of what happens. Doing some marker lights, additional marker lights here, which will basically do like ignore cover and additional bonuses and things like that as well. Thank you, Melting Faces, for the follow on Twitch. That is a melting face. Melting face, thumbs up for you. R. Velius on Twitch. Even Devin knows Tau is OPBS. Tau is very, very strong. Very, very strong. Especially unless you play against Venoms. Half the time. 50% of the time it works every time. Not against 9 broadsides. We have proof. Or Deathwatch. You wanted marker lights? I think not. Yeah, that also makes sense. Ooh, Fat Dingo. Hey, Fat Dingo. How's it going? Haven't seen you in a while. You waddling around, are you? Can Devin explain his mech Tau list?
I'm down a command point.
It shoots a lot, basically. The long and short is it shoots a lot. It's a lot of very accurate shooting.
I got you down to 2 CP.
Alright.
I'm also down in 2 CP.
Yep.
Hey, 2 CP, buddy! Woo! That was the worst high five ever.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Suck on that.
Conrad's so intense in the game right now. He's like so focused.
Just be chill. Just be chill like me.
I'll
He's gonna
mark a
run out of
light
time,
from
though, so
him
it's gonna be
into-
fine. He'll clock out before the end of the
Into
night.
what?
No, you're
Alright,
good.
54 minutes.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Alright, I'll mark a right.
We always make fun of Conrad and his clock because he clocks out sometimes. So as a Drukhari player, how would you go about facing this Tau list? So I would kill all the drones, and I would basically get really aggressive, and then just sacrifice everything to tag stuff, and then eventually kill the Riptides. But that's usually how it goes. There's no subtlety in how I play it. If I'm playing my Talos list, I have to rush it as well. Have to vect the +1 to wound strat against like sniper drones or the reroll hits and wounds on the broadsides, and then basically just hope I make 4-up saves. That's usually how playing Grotesques works. But you have to get aggressive, you have to get in their face quick, and you have to kill all the drones. Because if you don't kill the drones, when you get into combat as well, you can't kill the broadsides or the riptides when you get into combat. So first thing first, kill the drones. That's like #1 thing you have to do. Man in High Castles is on Amazon, probably a good bet. Yeah, I could see Amazon as like a carrier for that set. Well, Fat Dingo, things are going well, thank you. Thanks for tuning in. I want a game versus Skari, says Arvelius. I would have a game against you, Arvelius. Where are you from? Can you come to Barrie, Ontario to play a game? Melting Faces, do you have breachers? They can move pretty well and get stuck places, especially with servitors and the vigilance attachment. Otherwise, Priest in a Drill, Vanguard in Scorpius, Dune Rider actually work with 3 Dragoons, Strategies can work, we get it. Yeah, so the Dragoons, the Strategy Dragoons, 4 to 6 is optimal. If you're going to take Electro Priests, take 11 or 12 in drills, 1 or 2 drills, and then take either a big unit of Cataphrone Destroyers with Plasma Culverins that basically get +1 to wound, +1 damage on their plasmas and do like a bazillion damage 3 shots, or go for the big mecha 50s robots. Renlaw says, what about the Tantalus makes you like it other than it looks amazing? That's the only thing I need to like about it. It's just a really cool model. It's like a giant space, like pirate ship that you get to fly around and shoot stuff. We can meet at Forbes in Cambridge or Sword and Board. Oh, Arvelius, absolutely. Send me a message on Facebook. Send me on Facebook or on the Patreon page, and we'll organize something. I'll come down. Right now, I'm going into the busy section of my year where I get to go to Europe for the ETC. However, it's going to, yeah, we'll set something up. You know, that'll be really fun. Arvelius, thank you for reaching out. What's up, the Basement Collective, Kevin? My bro, what's going on, sir? Devin says hello, and he really appreciates what you do for the hobby. He didn't say it in those words, though. I hear GW is moving their formal tourneys back to 1750. It's worrisome. They've been doing 1750 for their heat tournaments, like for 2 years almost, since an orc player slow played the crap out of everybody and won by not playing past turn 3 or something like that, which was a big drama thing, and everybody was like, "Oh my god!" Like this big orc player or whatever. So we'll see about that. Yeah. Okay, let's take it back to the banter.
Die.
He needs to die.
See, normally I would just take him off.
Devin, how's your chainsaw doing?
Wait, you're gonna make me roll this out? Alright,
Like this, Kevin.
This one.
Like this.
so 5's rerolling
That's
everything
my
but force.
chainsword.
Yeah, well, it's mine now. Wait, what are you doing?
It's my chainsword now. That chainsword is the first major I ever won, which was the Basement Collective Mega Open of Doom. This is my chainsword. And it has a plaque right here, see? A plaque that says the basement, the basement, the Basement Collective ITC GT, which is the longest thing in all of existence, but it's a really cool chainsword. Have way too much fun with the props that we win at tournaments. It's like a really cool foam chainsword as well. Is Devin gonna beat Skari at TGX? Says Romo Crazy. I'm not, unless the internet is terrible, in which case I am.
Oh, so close. Damn it.
Okay,
I really want to
something died.
I really want it. If I had CP reroll, then I would have lived. Does he blow up now?
Okay. He didn't blow up.
He didn't blow up.
Devin's tank's not blowing up. That's news to me.
I know.
The last time I played Devin,
News for me as well.
all his hammerheads blew up, which is really fun for me. Kevin says he is going to win TGX. Matias Orteza. Hello, how are you? The chainsword is awesome. I've got a chainsword, I got a husk blade that I custom built, I got a thunder hammer, I got a cool goblin thing. There's some cool trophies that you get when you go to some events. Pretty neat. Renlo says, I heard that someone was playing against an orc list that was trying to slow play, and he just timed him because they had over 200 models and was just not able to manage time. Allowed him 4 turns to play without the orcs playing back. Oh yeah, that one of the reasons I think chess clocks are one of the most important things that should hit a tournament ever. Like, you should have chess clocks. Kevin says he's playing Lord of the Rings at TGX.
Oh, he's still not going to win.
Oh, okay. Devin does not have confidence in your ability to win, Kevin. That's terrible. Devin, terrible, terrible Devin. Hey, Skari, you've been inboxed. Thank you, Arvelius. Thank you for inboxing me. I had this really cool... I went onto Reddit Competitive 40k Reddit, and I posted a post being like, ask me anything about Dark Eldar. And it actually got a lot of, engagement from the community, which was really fun. So I'm going to be doing that, I think, once a month. Shironin says, my game against Jinsuka yesterday, every one of his vehicles blew up on me. Of that, he only used CP once. That's a lot of Eldar armor, says Matthias. Yes, oh yeah, this is a mechanized Eldar list. Let's go and listen to the players banter.
See, Unity through Devastation. That's what it is.
Well, that's nice.
In the back lane?
Through the Warlord trait?
Yes.
Unlock the plane?
Yeah.
I rolled a 6 for the saving, it wouldn't matter, but... Supposed to learn at the start of the shooting phase.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was this.
Whose time is it
target
right now?
Conrad's. No, so the traits at the start of the shooting phase, you're thinking of the stratagem for +1 to wound.
Oh, okay.
Which is when you do it.
Alright. I mean,
I rolled a 6 for the save, doesn't matter anyway, but yeah.
Okay.
SMS?
SMS.
Smiths. Not the Smiths, anything but the Smiths.
Oh, that was a good roll. Except for the 4s.
Except for the 4s, yeah, the 4s aren't great.
And
That was not good. Show me some 5s.
I got 2.
2 minus 2s.
Yep.
Matthias asks, are you going to the ETC? Yes. Actually, Devin, Conrad, myself are all members of Team Canada, ETC 2019.
I'm the coach.
That's right, Devin is our coach. And Conrad is our Tau player, actually. So this is going to be fun. We're really, really excited about the tournament. It's going to be entertaining a lot. Romo Crazy 1. I'm trying to share this video to Facebook group. It's odd. Doesn't seem to be able to share YouTube very easily. You go over to the Twitch stream. It's very nice. Twitch stream is a lot easier to share. But thank you. Thank you for trying to share it, Romo. Really appreciate it. As well, it should be shareable. I did make them shareable. Shironin says, do you prefer ITC or ETC? I prefer ETC. I feel it's more of a gentleman's game that requires a lot more forethought and flexibility in playstyle, rather than a very rigid playstyle that usually can be sort of like a winner can be determined in the first couple of turns if you get like way too much of a lead in the early turns. Matthias says, I can't, but I'm sending a part of me. Well, don't send anything like that's not fun.
That was not fair.
My Crimson Hunter will be supporting the Argentine team. Nice. Nice, that's awesome. Argentina going there again, second year, second time they've ever gone. So excited to see Argentina again up at the ETC. It's going to be so great. Matthias, I will go and say hello to your Crimson Hunter for you. Item Finder Deluxe says, thinking about rerolls, the new Chaos Knights have something to reroll hit rolls and not just failed hit rolls. Gabriel Angelos, Swaaag, White Dwarf also allows unit to reroll hit rolls and not just failed rolls. How do people think the game would change if all the reroll units got in or out to follow this new wording? I think it would be good for the game. It would also make armies like Alatok Flyers, which is seeing right here, a lot less powerful if you can reroll just all hit rolls. So it would be reroll before applying modifiers, which is really good.
Shut up.
Wemty, what a coach is doing in the ETC? What is his job? Coaches do a lot of stuff for an ETC team. They make sure that the pairings are proper. They, make sure that we're hydrated during games. They also do rules disputes with enemy coaches. So if we have a rules dispute, we don't discuss it between ourselves as players. We get the coaches to discuss it, and we don't actually say anything, which is great. So they do all the heavy lifting for us as well. They get people to clear the table if we need them to clear the table. They basically come up to us and tell us how many points we need to get out of the round in order to win, draw, or if we're winning or losing the round. So there's lots of different things a coach does. It's integral to having 8 people coordinating at one time, because there's 8 tables and each table has a game going on at once. So the coach has to understand exactly what's happening on every table, has to understand how many points every single person on the team is getting, and has to understand what tables where they can get points off and what tables are a lost cause. And they have to essentially use that to help the team win the round. Very important role. Kevin, surprised more people want to play ATC compared to ETC in October. Yeah, it makes sense. You know, not everybody gets to go to the ETC, so and it's like earlier, like it's late in the year. There's lots of time before the next ETC, so it makes sense. ATC is just before Vegas. People want to get their ITC practice in. It'll be a good chance to practice ITC missions. Renlore, SkaredCast, thoughts on the Incarn to help as a beat stick? The Incarn is a beat stick, but is more of a theoretical beat stick than a physical beat stick. What does that mean? It gives the impression of being a beat stick and forces your opponent to play, knowing that the Incarn can come out to play at any point in time. But if you use it too aggressively, it dies, and then you don't get to use it very often. Matthias says, I can't, but I'm saying, it's a 9th brain coordinating all the other 8. Yes, the coach is super important in the ETC. It's one of the most crucial parts of a team. So important that even in 4- and 5-man teams, having a coach is super important as well, because it really helps you coordinate the matchups and everything like that. They just have a bigger, better overall picture of what's happening in the game as well. So hopefully that answers your question. Archon win. The Incarn is psychological warfare. Exactly. The Incarn is psychological warfare. It's a 350 point or 340 point model that says, I could be anywhere at any time. You better be thinking of me this whole time. I ran at the BAO and a few other tournaments. Yeah. Invasive wargaming. So what's happening in the game though? Okay, let's... Conrad rolled like poo, is what Devin said. Okay, let's go to the players so they can say what's going on.
Conrad rolled like poo.
Seriously, like my Riptide just like went.
Is that it? Is that it? Are you done?
Yeah.
Some to turn 2?
Yeah.
Did you kill anything?
He killed 2 things actually.
Did you kill something, hold something?
Yep.
Kill 1, hold 1?
I'm a
Did
god.
you get any big game hunters or anything like that?
Jerk.
Did you get a big game hunter?
You got 2 big game hunters.
I got 2 big.
Okay, 2 big game hunter points. Okay, perfect.
Hi, Sasaya guys. How are you all doing?
Okay, so we're now moving on to Eldar turn 2. We had 1 Crimson Hunter go down. We had 1 Fire Prism going down. Other than that, we have now some of the... Are they Storm Guardians? The Storm Guardians are coming out to play. He's basically putting them on the objectives to get hold more and get the bonus point, but is basically going to use them for this turn to get a big up on the points that he can this game. And basically try and survive. All these tanks, very, very survivable, especially the Wave Serpents against the 2 damage Riptides as well. But thank you, Invasive Wargaming. We'll try to get back to the game here. We went on a couple of tangents. But hold more, and he will also be getting the bonus point as well, which will be very interesting. Zappin2 says, I'm planning on playing the Inari Triumvirate. Yes. She is very tricky as hell. You need MSU min squads to really make her a threat. Yes, that's why in the Venoms list it works really, really well. I find it does. Okay, so I'm going to go refill our waters. Oh no, Conrad hasn't even touched his water. You should probably give your time to Devin instead of letting it burn.
Not after my abysmal first and second turn.
Oh, that was horrible.
Positivity, yay!
I mean, I'm just being realistic here. Conrad rolled like utter shit.
You want more water, Devin?
I should
Yes,
have killed 2
please.
planes.
You should have killed 2.
Do you want more water, Conrad?
Oh, yes, please.
Oh, Francis jerk. Yay, objective. Yeah, you're Conrad's dice.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're within 22. Sorry, 26. God
That's
damn.
24.
God damn.
It's a wave serpent. What do you want?
Fucking wave serpents. Oh man.
Hashtag best transport. Cool. Are you excited for your broadside not to shoot ever again? Because I am.
You're a jerk.
I'm a jerk. It's like he ignores Overwatch or something.
Yeah, he does.
I'm a jerk.
There's not much I can do about that.
No, you can't do anything about that. Literally nothing. You can just swing with drones a little bit better, but it wouldn't really matter that much, I think.
No, because I needed the objectives.
You didn't need objectives. This is also true. You're right.
It also forced you to pop these guys out because that would have helped more.
Psyker people. Are you excited for Psyker people?
No, not Psyker people.
And Psyker people are the best.
Psyker people are not cool.
Psyker people are amazing. What do I need to cast this turn? I need to cast Seal, I need to cast Attacked. Probably don't need Jinx. I'll see what Alfred does.
Alright. That's yours there.
Thank you.
Rob, Devin.
Oh, thank you. There. And these two big bags. I'll just show her. There.
I help you advance, Carols.
I really hope I don't Carol's. That would suck.
I hope
Dead or what?
Huh?
Who knows?
He's gonna hope a Warlock blows himself up.
Oh, yeah, because the Warlock's close to
No, I hope some wounds would be mortal wounds to Eldar would be nice.
I know that's what you want.
Okay, let's answer some of these questions. Robert says, I love Storm Guardians. Do Devons have flamers and fusion guns? No. Keep them cheap. They have, they're just going to sit on objectives and get murdered today. Robro says, here, what did I miss? Well, it is bottom of turn 2. A couple of things have died. The Eldar have the upper hand right now in terms of positioning. And there's an Autark coming in with some deny Overwatch stuff, so that'll be annoying to deal with. As it seems, the best way to counter the Tower Castle is a mechanized list. Yeah, I would agree with that statement as well. And he still has 20 Guardians with 2 cannons in Deep Strike Reserve as well. With the way they wrote the FAQ, the Incarn cannot heroic intervene after teleporting. Yes, she can.
I thought she could.
Yeah, she can. She should be able
Can't
to.
heroic in your turn.
She can't heroic in if you move her in your turn. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, for sure, Octo Taco. That makes sense. Okay. Are those Eldar vehicles having making love in the corner? Yes, they are. They are. They're 2 fire prisms, and they are on fire! What yo? They're spooning.
They're spiritual lovers.
They're spiritual.
There's also a bunch of Guardians about to do a lot of fun things.
Yeah,
Like, not die ever.
yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much, they just don't die. It's great. Alrighty. Wizard did it? I think Wizard did it. Do I want to Sir Council this turn? Not really. I think I need to. Cool. We'll start with Eldrad. He's gonna smite that big bag. Maybe.
Cool.
Yeah, he'll smite that.
Help your Carols.
He's Eldrad. He doesn't give a crap.
I know, but I hope your Carols.
I know you hope. I hope he does that.
Oh, sorry, about end of movement. I wanted to die like Greg.
Oh, sure. What are you gonna Greg?
Warlock.
On a 5?
Why not?
Do it. D3.
So you're gonna get smited from Eldrad. We'll see what Greg does.
5 up.
Oh.
Did you see that? It was.
Yeah.
It was a bad.
I also saw the fact it was a 3 and not a 5. So
For anybody who doesn't know, Greg is absolutely incredible. Oh, you know what you should have done? You should have Greg that fire prism with 2 wounds.
Last turn,
Yeah.
I'm just not sure whether I'm allowed.
He does not have to be on the
He doesn't have to be on the
No,
table. No.
Okay.
That would be it. That would have been a good one. Yeah.
I would have failed it as you said.
Yeah, of course. But that's as a god player, I strongly believe the best solution to Eldar existence is through as many Russes as possible. I tried Dark Reaper spam, Dark Angel, Infantry Castle. They always fail against Tau. My end result is with a ton of vehicles. Yeah, vehicles are good, you know, especially if you're forcing the Tau, because they have lots of like strength 6, strength 7 shooting. You know, if you can just force them to roll 4s, you know, and like 50-50 it, like hopefully the variance kind of works in your favor at the end of the day, right? So that's something that you can definitely work on. Okay, let's take it to the correspondent on the table, Argon Skari. Let's take a look at what the players... that's right. So this is what the table looks like so far. We've got... So there's an objective there, objective there, one behind that building, and one behind those crates over there. So we've got 2 planes, good old vector dancer planes. They're annoying as all hell. Wave Serpent. These guys are just deep struck right here. He's got most of his psychers, and yes, laying out the big line of Guardians here. 2 little units of Guardians over here, basically holding those objectives because they're objectives secured. And there's some firewires there as well that I hadn't noticed until now. And yes, there's a big blob of death, but that is a Autark that denies Overwatch, which is one of the... Yeah, it's really good. The Banshee Mask is one of the best things that you can get, as it's one of the craziest... In ITC. In ETC, you have to use the Warlord trait or whatever that does that as well. Okay, so now back to the studio. Wow, that was fun. Robro says that the Imperial parking lot is the best. Well, yeah, that's true. It can be really fun, actually.
I don't want to do that.
Wait, do you have any spies left?
Yeah,
The conceal one?
conceal guy can spy.
Okay.
I can also spend a CP to cast Execution with Eldar.
Good.
I could. It's not a bad idea. I really want to conceal these Guardians. I'm just going to conceal the Guardians.
Okay.
Yeah, they're concealed.
Good.
Oh, kill him some other way.
He's gonna survive 2 wounds the whole time.
No. Alrighty. Cool, let's go to the DACA phase.
Sure.
Cool, Guardians are going to shoot first.
Yeah, where are they
So
going to?
these 3 that aren't range of him are going to shoot him.
Yeah.
Everything else is going to go into this riptide here.
Sure.
So three jerk bags.
Yeah.
Hitting on 3s, reroll 1s.
Is he within 6?
He should be.
Try.
It didn't matter. But... Yep.
Yeah. Alright.
Three hits.
Alright.
5s. Nothing. Or 1 to up save on him. Woo! Take some heal pain.
Kinda wanna CP reroll.
I know you want to CP reroll.
I don't know if that's the right choice.
It probably isn't.
But it would force whatever. 6 up.
Yeah! There's 17 idiots left.
That's 2. He's actually because he 6'd up the smite as well so far.
10, 11, 12, 13. There's 14 Guardians. I'm going to roll 3 guys worth of shooting, including the 2 cannons after this. So into the tide, hitting it on 3 for rolling 1s.
There was a Riptide that's almost dead, and he just passed a second Feel No Pain to lose his last wound, so he's still alive. And yeah, so that's why Conrad was very, very excited about the Riptide not dying, which is big. He was debating re-rolling the armor save, or the 2+ armor save. However, he didn't have to, because he rolled that 6, and the Riptide survived with a Feel No Pain. That's what you call when the fates smile down on you.
What do you call it, Skari?
I'm just going to call it Skari.
Stop rolling so many 6s,
Oh,
goddammit.
shut up, you! You have no right to talk. Mr. 2 Feel No Pains in a row. All right, that's going to be 6 armors and 3, 6, 9, 11 involves.
So these are what, 3-ups?
So these are 3-ups and these are 6-ups.
Okay, so these are 3-ups.
Yep. Oh, I'll take 3 wounds, Conrad.
6-up, feel no pain.
Oh, hello, Conrad.
Ooh, 2.
Yeah. And then 11 6-up saves.
6-ups?
Yeah.
On who?
Tied.
On the rooftop?
Oh, because you
Rend some shurikens plus change.
yeah.
Oh, you changed it.
I guess I'll kick him out the drones.
Sure you will. I'm okay with that.
We'll put 7 to drones so far.
Ooh, these are 6-ups. So these are 5-ups?
Yep.
Yeah!
Team Canada dice are rigged.
There's
6-up?
some non-Team Canada dice in there.
6-ups?
Yeah, well, I'm just going to blame Team Canada.
Yeah! 6-up, feel no pain.
I mean, I know it.
No, he takes 1. Okay, so 4 wounds so far. That's 7, and then 4 more.
4 more.
This Riptide has taken way too much damage.
Drones.
Yep. Yeah, so take 1.
Okay, so these are 5-ups.
Yeah, fucking fails on these.
2 of them passed. And this is a 6-up. 6-up again. Alright, 6 wounds.
How many did drones?
Was he actually at 6?
He's taken 2 from Nova's,
And that was it, right?
and that was it. So he's taken.
6
He
total.
should have 6 left.
Okay. Robro, 6-up should never be underestimated. No, I totally agree. Good morning, Oliver Samstag from Germany. Nothing like live 40k for breakfast. That's right. Welcome to a night fight, or in Europe's case, morning fight. John Jacques says, I'm no expert on Azuriani. Do they have shredder equivalents? Is there much choice for what you put in your infantry squads? They're little guns. The shuriken catapults are probably just as effective as a shredder sometimes. Roll a 6 to wound, it becomes -3 AP. It gets pretty crazy. So yeah, they've got some good options there. They're just super mobile, super fast, super quick. So glad they fixed the fly issue. Oh, I'm so happy they changed fly to back to where it was before. But yeah, so far we've got it's in the middle of the second Eldar shooting phase, and we've got a lot of stuff shooting into Riptides right now to try and knock out some of these Riptides. He's got 2 Riptides that he wants to try and kill, essentially. However, Conrad has been passing out most of the damage onto drones. The drones have been soaking up most of the hits, which is making it a lot harder for him to kind of deal some stuff. So, Jean-Jacques, sorry, Melting Faces, European Breakfast Battle? Yes, we'll call it the EBB. I like it. Pariah Z-Man, thank you for the follow on Twitch. You're Z-Man. Huh? See what I did there with your name? That's right. That deserves a subscription, if anything. Octo, Pariah Z-Man says, what edition are these rules called? So can I follow? I haven't played since 5th. We're playing 8th edition Warhammer 40,000, which is probably the most simple yet most fun and entertaining version of Warhammer since 3rd edition. It has been a lot of fun. Super, super fun. Octo, I would like to see my Space Wolves function without Wolfen. Renlor, I played a guy at the ATC with 10 Wolfguard Terminators with Storm Shields and Storm Bolters, and they're 27 points apiece, and they did work. They were great, supporting 3 Rune Priests. They did amazing work. So, just saying, there's some options in your book. Worms 37. So, who's winning? The victory point tally is in the bottom of your screen. You can see Devon and Conrad, and how many points in primary and secondary for the ITC they have acquired as for each battle round. It has definitely been not as skewed as I thought it would be. It has been very non-skewed at all. What happened to flyers? Don't use any, no one around my area use them, so don't hear much about them. Flyers are really, really good right now in the game. They're just incredibly good. They just kill things a lot. So they're good. Flies are good. Yep. Yep. Australia equals lunch, flight, fight, or afternoon tea fight. Ah, I like the afternoon tea fight. So Australia, afternoon tea fight. Europe, breakfast battle. And the US and Canada, night fight. And South America, night fight. Well, with Devon and Conrad, slow play at its finest, says Worms. Well, that's why we got a chess clock. Can you see the chess clock? There's a chess clock on here. I have that exact setup already been working out the rest of the army. Nice. Rimac attack. Did you see any scions at ATC? Yes, I did see one list that had the drop pods, the drop scions. I think it did okay. Neat. Eldar flies are really good. Yeah, they're really, really good, says Doom Bunny. It's Eric, by the way. Hello, Eric. Oh, psh, Eric. So everything you say is in an accent. Absolutely. Night fight at sea. Why not Aussie tea time tussle? Oh, it's a tea time tussle. That's exciting.
No, he can see this one. This one should be able to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, don't want to link fire? Not really.
I agree, Conrad.
Yeah, he can see right.
Yeah, his little shields popping out there.
The back one here.
Good old line of sight. Psst, can't notice your accent. Yes, I can, Eric. Your accent is everywhere. It oozes through the page. It oozes. Night fight it is. That's right. Night fight! Renlaw. I've moved away from using Wolfen with my spells. Found aggressors, a nice replacement for less points. Being able to give some Daka. Just slap a wolf priest next to them and watch the magic in combat. It's really late here, says Matthias. It is 10 to 12 here, which is really cool. Usually this goes from 10 to 1. Oh, down to 1 command point. Thank goodness you used that one for the bringing back one. Okay. So these drones have just been taking Aleski Gurin. Good morning, Aleski. What's going on? It's 11:50, which is what we're doing here. Oh, this is great. We've got like an international plethora of people from all over the world watching some good 40k happen as it goes. So we jump into the end of the Eldar shooting phase. And right now we've got some stuff that's supposed to be shooting other stuff.
Yeah, frizzies.
Oh, you used your CP reroll.
Yes, I did.
So, see how many drones die?
Yes.
2.
2.
And can Conrad make a 5-up invul? Uh-oh. You might lose a rib tie. You might lose a rib tie.
5 up and involved.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. D3 damage.
No. Roll 1.
Yes! I'm gonna CP reroll that.
No, you. Oh, damn it.
Result of the reroll?
Okay.
Command point spent. Get out of here. Get out of here. Told you I'd get him.
One Riptide has gone down with a lucky shot that got through a lot. There was a lot of dice rolls to do 2 wounds to a Riptide.
Definitely made him unload a lot.
Yeah. Do Riptides explode?
No.
No, they don't. So Riptides don't explode. Speaking of which, don't you wish they bring back night fight rules? That's exactly why I call this night fight, because it's a rule that used to happen in 40k that doesn't actually happen anymore, unless you play night fight, which is like a specific type of rule or whatever. Making shooting armies less effective, like -1 hit at 12. Well, yeah, I'll say so. Playing a Latok army like with night fight -1 hit, no, it'd be nuts. Yeah. There's a lot of minuses to hit already. You'd have to do it like a different type of mechanic. Worm says, Eric says, is this Devon displaying emotion? Is that even possible? I think Devon can display emotion sometimes.
Oh yeah. What?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the night fight rule, which is really good. Did more of those drones survive?
4 out of 5 5-up saves on drones.
Those Tau Shield drones just murdering, just taking.
Keeping me in this game right now.
Jeff Brown says, boo Devon, boo Conrad. Another lovely Team Canada member encouraging his teammates in the only way we know how. Booing. Worm says, hype, hype. Oh man, you guys are awesome. Thanks for tuning in to Night Fight. Night Fight rules were pretty cool. I like playing like random stuff like that. It's always really fun. So.
One wound to all placer.
One wound?
Yep.
Oh, come on.
No.
Kick out the drone. Alright. 5 up.
Yeah, you're drunk.
Alright.
Last Crimson Hunter, same thing. 3 hits with Star Cannons. 3 rolls wounds.
Jeff says, is it possible for
Two.
both of you to lose, please?
What?
Jeff Brown says, is it possible for both
Two
of you to
and
lose,
some Star
please?
Cannons on Grippy.
I'm just going to kick him out.
Yep.
They've been very intense in this game, so jokes that I have to tell them haven't really been working too much. So I'll laugh a lot, but they're like really intense. It was fun, but caused problem in competitive. Too random.
2 wounds from pulse laser.
Yeah, it did. Like Night Fight was fun, but it was really random. So it makes sense. Suppressors are nice in Kill Team. Cool. I need to play some more Kill Team. I'd like to play some. So we'll see what happens. So a couple of more drones died? Were those the loss of the drones? Oh my goodness, that was it. 2 turns later, no drones, 1 Riptide gone down. Conrad is now out of drones.
Also, I'm out of my shooting phase. So.
Oh, and that was the end of the shooting phase, so now we go into the combat phase. Pintura de Fuego. Hola, Pintura de Fuego. ¿Cómo estás? This is really great. You guys make it work for live battle report. Muy bueno. Claro que sí que está bueno. Aquí estamos pasando el tiempo viendo cómo están jugando Warhammer 40,000. Also, hola, Pintura de Fuego. ¿Cómo estás? Ojalá estés bien. También tenemos personas de Argentina aquí con Matías y de todas partes del mundo. All the way from Australia, Germany. We got other people from Canada, the US. There's people from everywhere. So thank you for tuning in to Night Fight. This is the 6th installment of Season 1. Two more of the general in Season 1. Then we'll have semifinals, quarterfinals, and a final, which will be super exciting. So you guys, I'll post up a leaderboard. It'll be really cool. It'll be like a poster. Also, I'm letting you guys know, every single one of the posters and thumbnails for each of these is available in poster size. So you can actually get your favorite if you want a big poster. It's going to be in like a little online store where you can buy it. It'll ship straight to you. And if you just want to help the channel out, it's going to a couple bucks or whatever. But it'll be like a giant poster size of your favorite Night Fight that you watched. And you can put it up in your game room, which is really fun. If you ever want a real good player for your Night Fight, let me know, says Eric. Well, you should. I'm from Seattle, says Pintura de Fuego. Esposa es mexicana. Ah, qué bien. That's good. Well, you have a Spanish Twitch handle, so. Ah, pero no sabía que hablabas también español. Claro, Matías, yo soy mexicano. Mira, si quieres te enseño la bandera mexicana que tengo en mi clubhouse. A ver, here we go. Big ba-boom! 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 Back to the actual game. Yo soy mexicano, nací en México, pero llevo en Canadá 14 años ya. Prime Vino, I need to get my Gravis Wolflord, Saga the Hunter running around with them too. Like putting WP on a bike, make him T5. Yeah, Wolf Priest. That works. I really want to learn to kill team or any skirmish game. I played some like some Shadow Armageddon, which would be fun. Okay. We are starting a bilingual channel. I learned Spanish, they learn Spanish. Everyone has a good time painting. Nice, that's fantastic. That's really cool. Send me a link.
They're good too. Combat. I'm gonna get this guy. Or I think 4 or 5 attacks. Hold on. 4. Okay.
They're not an Archon. An Archon's 5.
I know Archon's 5. I couldn't remember what he was. I'm gonna laser lance your big scary jerk bag. I'll hit. Yep. Only for 5s. Oh, 3 6-up involves.
So you're telling me I have to pass one of these?
Yes. He's gonna pass like 2 of them. No. Uh-oh, 6 damage! 6 fuel pains, gotta make 2 of these, Conrad. Yeah! I hit just 1, that's fine.
Down to 1 wound. Down to 1 wound, boys.
Storms are gonna hit you. They're 2 attacks each. One. Oh shit.
You're in a bit of a rough spot though.
I'm totally in a bad spot right now. It's the second round that, like, the second turn, like, flips kind of forced it.
Hitting Fire Warriors on 3s.
How many do you guys have right now?
I have 1. We both have 1. Well, Storm Guardians aren't doing crap like always. 4 saves on Fire Warriors.
4 ups?
Yes. Yeah. Can you just do my pylon so I wrap a guy?
You won't be able to wrap him because I can just move up the level.
Not an ETC, so don't practice
No?
with that. In ETC, you're not allowed to fall back through floors.
Yeah, but like I'm moving.
No, I know, but if
Really?
he reps you, in ET, just practice that
Yeah,
way.
okay,
In
okay.
ETC, they're not allowed.
Yeah, so
I
can you just move them so I wrap you?
All right.
I have 6 inches of movement between my 2. That's all it is.
Okay, folks. I think the planet of cardboard box may not have the minerals they are fighting over. Makes sense. Don't worry, Skari. We're just talking about space corgi stuff. Nothing to be concerned about. Yes, space corgis. Corgis. Corgis? Space corgis. That's right. Well, thanks a lot for tuning in, folks. We still have about an hour left in the stream. The clock's down to 34 and 39 minutes apiece. And right now we've got Storm Guardians basically stealing an objective from some Fire Warriors on the one side. We've got 2 Riptides still left alive. We've got 2 Broadsides left alive. However, they've been tagged by an Autarch in the middle of the board. And we've got a concealed big unit of Guardians. The big 20-man blob is concealed. And all the characters with all the smites are down in the middle of the board. The fire prisms, most of the firepower is unabated. Which does mean that the... cool. And then we'll pause the clock when you guys are done. Pause the clock. Pause the clock and let's do some scoring.
So I get kill more, hold more.
Do you kill 3 things? Yeah.
Yeah, I killed a tie and a shitload of drones.
So yeah, he killed 4 units of drones.
Yeah. So I get kill more, hold more bonus.
Yeah, that's a 5.
Then I got 1 of my marked for deaths.
You got 1 marked? That it?
Yep. Soon to be 2 marked.
Cool.
Where you get? Isn't this the bonus with the characters or no?
No, it's the bonus where you hold the 2 objectives that you
the
place.
2
Those are
Placed.
those 2.
Gotcha.
Okay, folks. Moving into battle round numero 3.
But I'm off second. I'm one.
The Eldar have now got the leg up in terms of points. Both players with almost no CP whatsoever.
Oh, I have 1. He has 1. But yes, no CP.
No CPU whatsoever. We have 6 points for Tau and his Conrad to 5, 6, 7 points to the Eldar. So,
Killed that warlock.
6 and 1. So it is a closer game, but however, the Eldar are definitely in a better position in the game at the moment as we move on. Do you want to there you go. Perfect. The clock continues as it moves down into hey Skari, thanks for moving the camera close to the clock. No problem. You know, since we weren't really worrying about the rolls anyway. So
Kevin says just talk out the game.
just talk out the game. He says, no, Kevin, no talking out the game. No talking out the game. And that's one of the coolest things about Fly.
You just want to take him down and just he's there.
That?
That's gonna get knocked over.
I know, but just
No.
to show you that-
He's good up there. I'm not saying he's not good up there. I'm just saying take him down so he doesn't get knocked
Take him down so he doesn't get knocked out. I like it.
And he's unchargeable. Like you're stupid or
I'm just gonna shoot him
I don't care.
with fire
He's
prisms.
gonna try to dodge it all.
Where's the Autarch? The Autarch is currently here. Let me put the camera on the Autarch here. Let me find the Autarch so you can kind of see the Autarch here. So this is the game. The Autarch is right in the middle there by some broadsides. And then that Riptide's up there. And then we got some Storm Guardians. We got some Fire Warriors. Like the Guardians, most of the small Guardian units are dead except for that unit because that unit's wrapped a unit of Fire Warriors. They're protected and
They
concealed.
have protect, conceal, fortune.
Protect, conceal, and fortune. So they're and they can you still have the 1 CP for that, so they still have the shield up and stuff like that. So let's see what happens here, because if Conrad can play wily, I feel like he's still in this game. Yeah, he is. He could still do it. He just has to play really smart. So yeah, Conrad's gonna do his best. Wojek Mistal. Skari, who would you like to meet in the game at the ETC on the ETC off course? What? Who would you like to meet in the like what team would we like to go up against? It doesn't matter. Bring it on. We'll take anybody on. Let's do it. Renlor says, tell Conrad if he wants the Riptides to dodge better, he needs to train them with wrenches. If they can dodge a wrench, they can dodge Eldar firepower. Pintura de Fuego. They need a proper battle map, but this definitely gives some old school feels. Well, okay, yes, I know I don't have the proper battle map, but don't crucify me now. This is a battle map. It's an actual battle map. What's up, Kiefer of Secrets? What's going on? Thanks for tuning in, Kiefer. On YouTube's.
Kiefer of Secrets.
Yep.
That's amazing.
It is. It's really some very creative online handles that we have here on the stream today. No crucifixion needed. Thank you, Pintura de Fuego. 20 Guardians with a 3-up invul, 5+ Feel No Pain. Oh yeah. Or a 2-up armor save on those 2 cannons that just soak up all the damage in the world. Because those 2 cannons are like the secret source of that giant 20-man blob of doom. But yeah. Grex.
2 Guardians? Yeah.
They're gonna punch his face.
Greg, by the way, is a special character that the Tau get in the Blackstone Fortress box, and any Tau can use it. It's an elite choice. He deep strikes for free, so it's 20 points, and he gets a once per game booby trap ability, where at the end of your enemy movement phase, you can just pick an enemy unit, a 4+, they take D3 mortal wounds. It is amazing for 20 points. If you're a Tau player and you haven't been using Greg, you are missing out.
He's really good.
Because he is amazing. Okay, so Devin, go into detail as to what your thought process is.
So my thought process right now is basically all the drones are dead, which is really good. So basically now I just like Doom Jinx a Riptide and it just dies.
Yeah.
I charged my Warlord into his 2 broadsides just to stop him from shooting this turn. And tried to kill that last Riptide. Almost got him, but not quite. So the Autarch's probably going to die right now. I'm hoping. Conrad's hoping he dies, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, basically the game plan is just to have this big blob of 20 Guardians be more or less immortal and sit on every objective.
Yeah, pretty much. We'll see.
But those 8 storms, oh boy, are they ever dead.
Those 8 storms, yeah. I'm
hoping.
I'm hoping the Autarch storms, and if I get lucky with Shadowstone, goes to plane.
It's harder to do.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll get the plane.
No, I don't think so either.
You'll get the storms. You should get the Autarch.
I believe.
Skari believes.
I believe. It's the
All right.
only way I play the game. Pure and utter belief in the most crazy shit happening.
So, first things first, I will...
60% of the time, it works every time, folks. Go Storm Guardian, says Kiefer Secrets. Which is sort of crazy, because I've 3D printed tons of cool terrain and stuff, but stick to my old ugly stay painted board. Yeah, it makes sense. You know, sometimes it's all about like that comfort feeling, you know, when you're like in the zone, and like I've got this mat, I've got like just a flat green mat, just like green, that's it, nothing crazy, just green. Puede ser que estabas por hacer algo de bolt action? Yeah, I did some bolt action. Jugué un juego de bolt action, me gustó mucho. So hopefully I'll get some more bolt action stuff. So that's exciting as well. My local game store won't use mats, and there are sand textured boards. Your knuckles are never the same, says Renlor. Yeah, that makes sense. Sometimes that happens too. So right now we're moving into, it is battle round 3,
That's a lot of wasted.
and it is the Tau's turn to shoot. All he has left on the board, 2 Riptides, 2 Broadsides that aren't going to get to shoot this turn, a couple of Markalite characters, some Fire Warriors. So he's in a bit of a rough spot as well. So we shall see. El mate está de 10.
That fire blade.
Thank you. Arkham Win, my LGS won't use mats. There. Oh yeah, sand texture board. Sorry, I already read that comment for some reason. Okay, let's go back to the play and see what they have to say.
There. First name Sept. Is he the guy with the beard touch?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he is.
Oh yeah. And yes, you can reroll that.
Reroll.
And miss anyway.
And miss anyway. Of course. Why not? So I shot them, then that. I guess I'll put Markalite from them. Wait, that would be what? I can't even hit it. They move.
Kiefer, he is using a Laytok for his craft world, which is probably the most standard competitive craft world, simply because that -1 to hit is just incredibly good. -2 to hit on the planes is just almost too good to pass up. Robro says thinking of starting a bolt action army. Bolt action was very entertaining. It reminded me a lot of Warhammer 40,000, like 5th edition, just in terms of a lot of the how things die and things work like that as well. Después de jugar por más de 20 años en mesas pobres, ver tu mesa es un lujo. Tu mesa es un lujo. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, normalmente yo cuando estaba en México jugaba con piezas de cartón and foam and stuff like that. The texture on mine isn't bad, says Arkham when talking about tables. It has these 12-inch square stick tiles that's strategically placed on it, so you find most of the deployment zones and the board center without having too much to measure. Nice. That's thoughts on Malifaux. I've seen it played, haven't played it before. Had a couple of friends that went heavy into Malifaux, but never got into it personally. Pero a ver qué pasa aquí. So there's 1 Storm Guardian left alive in that unit. Okay.
Not dead yet.
Not dead yet.
I'm getting better.
I swear, sir, I'm not dead. Bring out your dead.
Alright, this Riptide.
Yep.
We'll just go into.
Akimoto Akodo says, I love the new feature on Twitch TV where you can manually zoom the stream. Streams like Battle Report will be able to zoom in and see the models better. Nice, that's pretty cool. That'd be pretty neat. You know, there's lots of different things that you can do that kind of help with that, so that's awesome. Yeah, I've got a simple setup. Thanks to the Basement Collective, you know, I got the cameras, like the main cameras. I just need to change the cables that the cameras are attached to get the 2.0 USBs so that there's no lag between the camera and the computer, which is why sometimes you see the hands and the other camera not line up. And then I've got 2 of those cameras. I've got the camera on my computer, which is this one right here that you're staring at me from. I've got my phone hooked up as a camera, which is really fun. So that's camera number 5, which you can kind of play with as well. Thank you, Damien, for helping me set that up. And then I have a small portable camera that is a dice box / the clock, which is pretty good as well. Cool. I feel happy, says Kiefer. Nice. Nice, that's awesome. A guy in my playgroup and I, developer for Malifaux 2.0, it was good, but it couldn't pull us away from 40k enough to get really into it. Yes, yes. Yeah, Malifaux is good. It's not bad. You know, it's just different than 40k. Who takes 2 wounds? Oh, okay. He's got 7 wounds. Do you give him the +1 wound one?
No, he took 2 from a burst cannon. So he's down to 4.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a 4, not a 5. Okay. So right now there's some damage taken on this Autark. Into.
Oh, SMS. Sorry.
And you have to kill that fire warrior before. I mean that little guardian before you can. Where are you based out of? Says Midorifuego. The studio is in Barrie, Ontario, Canada, which is north of Toronto, about 45 minutes north of Toronto. So It's exciting stuff. Yeah. Really exciting. Really exciting. So if anybody's in the Toronto area, reach out to me, and I can try and make something happen so we can go play, have some fun. So we've got times going down. Shadizzo, hey Shadizzo, thanks for the resubscription. That's 3 months, buddy. 3 months on Twitch. Oh yeah. How's it going, buddy? Thanks, Shadizzo. Really appreciate the sub on Twitch. Really helps the channel out as well. If you guys like to subscribe or go on Patreon, help the channel out, you can. So we can do this more often. I'd love to do one of these like every night. Some of the best Warhammers coming out of Ontario. Are you guys looking for more citizens? Well, we're not the US when it comes to immigration. At least I would hope not. Ah, no politics. Let's keep it politics free. Skari, come on. Then again, I, as a Dark Eldar player, accept all forms of creatures, as long as they all play in the arena and die painful deaths. Because usually that's how that works. But yeah, there's actually some really good stuff coming out of Ontario right now. Okay, let's go back to the players.
What's the SMS one?
SMS into plane, I guess. Sure.
You're not gonna kill this hot target now. He's gonna live with 1 wound, I'm calling it.
I didn't know that, did I?
Did you want to know them?
Probably.
I'm guessing you wouldn't want to know them. You should probably just go ahead and take your 600. Yeah. Something else you should have done with the ethereal, because all your marker lights were not very reliable. You should have done the reroll one.
Reroll one?
Yeah. Hitting on 3, so that's once you try. And 3s again.
What's he shooting at?
The off-hard target. This guy's like 7. No, maybe not. Probably still dead. I got no 2 days. 2 out of 8? Yeah, I can do that. Can I roll like Conrad? No. I'm so sorry. I'm not actually sorry.
Cool.
Okay, so the Otark actually made 7 out of 8 saves. 4 up saves.
Good job, buddy.
Eric says, coach him, Devin.
That's suck less. I can't do anything about that.
No. Move on. Something else can kill him. So, that was basically, was that an entire Riptide firing at
That
him?
was an 18-shot burst cannon. Did 2 wounds.
And now the little missiles.
But the missiles were committed to the plane.
Oh, were they? Boo. That's why you always focus fire. You always overkill stuff. Always overkill things.
Yay, he's lowest bracket.
Go, Autark, go, says Matias. Matias, all the way from Argentina, is rooting for the Autark.
Yeah, quarter of 12 is 3. You're right. Okay. I mean, you have 2 cards.
Which is super exciting. I agree with you, Matias. I think that Autark is doing
you shot from the plane,
work.
right? Yeah. Yes, cool.
Doing work. Doing work.
Cool.
All we gotta do is work, and we gotta get it. Work, na, work, mana, work. Go Ethereal! Get him! I hope the Ethereal murders this Autark. That would be great. That'd be... You know how many times I've had, like, Terminators and special characters, Space Marines all die because a Tau decided to, like, show up to fight?
It's fine. He's gonna not kill me. And then I'm gonna laser lance them all to death.
One a turn. Matias says, I'm here painting my Black Guardians at this moment. Nice. Black Guardians are awesome. Because they get the cool +1 to hit and stuff. All you got to do is do the thing and do it right. Yes. Absolutely. You just have to focus your fire and just kill it. I will overkill. 1 guardsman left, all ravage, like an entire Ravager into that guy. I'm never...
I need to Cadre.
Assuming the Altar.
Cadre.
Which one?
Both Cadres.
So, super exciting stuff. We got lots of stuff happening as we're moving into the middle of turn 3 here.
Oh, I'm so excited for the laser lances right now.
Last guy.
Should I kill these here? No, I need to play rock lights.
I don't know. This is the last ditch effort. He needs to die.
He's not gonna die.
Alright.
So you fighting the
Oh, and Balak and
crack into them.
Yeah.
Okay, that. This is where I screw Conrad over.
Well, there's not much else I could do.
I'm just gonna pile into your broadsides. They're never gonna shoot Conrad. Never gonna let them shoot.
Well, it'd be hard
Actually-
to do.
if I did this,
He just gets punched to death.
that's okay.
Either way, I'm okay with this.
Actually, you're right. This is.
So
this
do
is
I
good.
pile into your broadsides, or do I just punch Greg to death?
We can't make it to the broadside.
Well, the closest target
Yeah,
would
but
be.
over 2
Over
turns.
turns, yeah, but
Yeah.
be a couple of turns.
Oh, they're gonna die to.
Yeah, probably. All right. Fighting.
I have no idea what they do in close.
I do. I know what they do.
Yeah.
Are you gonna fight the Altar first?
Yes.
So between the two crappy guys, you have 4 attacks. They hit on 5s.
Two crappy guys.
Two crappy guys. One.
One's on 5.
Oh, snap! Crappy guys!
So far, these are all gonna be 3-up saves. You have 3 attacks. They hit on 3s.
From the cadre.
Yes. And also wound on 5s.
Nope.
And then you have 3 attacks from the Ethereal. They hit on 3s.
Oh, get on 3s.
3
3.
attacks.
Oh, so.
3 attacks. He
And,
needs strength 5, so he needs a 4.
Two.
and it's -1, right?
No.
You sure?
Honor
The
blade.
Honor Blades are just +2 strength.
Oh, is it?
So I have 2 3-up armors. Anyways.
Oh, dark lips.
Uh-oh. Can you punch my Storm
Uh-oh,
Drain?
that was the big one that we wanted to show up. Wah, wah, wah.
It's the last ditch effort.
Silly autark living. Good old Tau trying to murder them in the close combat. Is there a flyer on the upper left side of the board? Yes, there is. It's just off a camera. The camera is like angled. I'm gonna fix the angle of that camera a little bit so it's a little bit lower down so you can kind of see those a little better. Some guy suggested I play Tau today, and I smiled and threw up in my mouth a little. G-War Zone. Overkill is underrated. Colonel John Hannibal Smith. Honestly, overkill is underrated. Like, just overkill stuff. Just, like, make sure it's just dead. That it just doesn't come back. You know, just kill it. Absolutely dead. Kildorn. Skari goes in for the most exciting part of the game. Tau melee. That's exactly what you decided to...
Why are you breaking my mind?
Not only do you have to...
Anger.
Not only do you... He just wanted them to be closer to the broadside so you can pile into them. Hope you guys are all having some fun here on stream. This has been really entertaining so far. But it's, as you can see, the maneuvering and stuff like that, it's all about like getting those points and really maneuvering and shooting. You know, Eldar still a hugely highly competitive army, even with all the nerfs they have, even without any Inari stuff. Like, they still do so much work in and of themselves, which is cray-cray. You should probably give them the clock, Conrad, because you're like running tight on some time there.
This game's pretty much done.
Yeah. The game's almost over. It's gonna be mop-up turn next turn, I think. Yeah. That second turn for the Tau. Well, actually, holding him in combat's pretty much good, because he can't charge you next turn anyway. So holding him up in combat or killing him still useful. Mekdar is the nuts, says Worm. Says Eric, another Team Canada member who played Mekdar all of last ETC and crushed it. Tau melee, rare gem in 40k. That's why I had to show it off. We had to get like the in close personal experience when going in. The Tau being like, we have bonding knives for a reason. Friend of mine plays Tau. He doesn't like it when I inform him that my guardsman bayonets are perpetually fixed. Oh man, the fact that you can attack in the shooting phase with guardsmen that are catechins with 3 attacks a pop is ridiculous. ridiculous. Those catechins with a priest and Strachan nearby, attacking in the shooting phase and then attacking in the fighty phase is ridiculous. They so many attacks. That's a 5-point model getting 6 strength 4 attacks over the course of a turn, which is ridiculous. Anyway, never underestimate the power of volume of fire. So, is it your turn now? Oh no.
Oh, twice. 2 wounds. Okay. Yes, let's see something. He has a dead up save. Ooh. Seriously? He has 3 wounds. He has 1. Yeah.
He's still alive?
Yeah.
Makes sense. See, that's decent. A Mekdar, aren't they 4 points? 4 points. Guardsmen are 4 points?
Yes.
Really? 4? Ugh.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
That's why it's like a 4.
Get out. Yeah.
Ah, he's
That is ridiculous. That is so nuts. It's not even funny. If
3 hits, not 4s. 1 wound, so 2 fill me material.
takes a wound. Good job, Ethereal. Ethereal survived. You got to forgive Skari. He's an Eldar player after all. Yes, I am an Eldar player after all. Well, Dark Eldar, really, when you think about it. Quantity is its own quality. Yes, 100%. When it comes to, we're playing a dice. Think about this. In a competitive sense, you're playing a game of dice. And dice are all about averages, statistics, and rolling them. The more dice you roll, the more averages are in your favor. He kills and holds? Okay, perfect. So kill one, hold one. Kill one, hold one. Cool. Did you get any more of your bonus points at all? Warlord or... Is that the Warlord, the Autarch?
Yeah, that's the Warlord. That's why I needed the dead. So.
Okay. Okay. That sounds cool. I've never had a guardsman survive until my next shooting phase. Well, the thing about when you do it, Mega Zarek, is you mob them up. So you mob these guardsmen into like giant big mobs of 20 or 30 guardsmen. And then they walk around in this giant blob that's like nigh impossible to kill. And then they get stuck into combat. And every turn you just add more guardsmen into the blob. And then all these little sergeants have like 4 attacks with chainswords or something crazy. And they just go around like murdering stuff. It's kind of fun. Oh, they get 3, 4, 5 attacks each. Ugh, so nasty. My poor Genius cult show up in melee looking like bosses. Catechin Guard, like, that's cute. Yeah, I know, Kildorn. Catechin Guard for the win. They roid raged all over my Primaris Marines. The Cadians were actually Catechins. Yeah, it happens. Those, the guardsmen get intense when they really want to, like, win something. Okay, Conrad, go over your turn. Go over the pitfalls, what worked, what didn't work.
Sucked. Oh, I killed the Storm Guardians, but that was a dead given. I was hoping for the Autarch to die in close combat and shooting. The shooting didn't work very well. And I thought I was going to get lucky with the plane, but that guy 6 down to 4 wounds, so. Almost got both the Autarch.
Pretty much done and in Devin's favor.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens at the end of this turn. If it goes crazy, or if Devin gets another giant mega 5-point turn, I think we're going to be able to call it as it is going down to the wire. We'll talk it out, and then we'll have a post-game action report where we'll talk about kind of like the quick and dirty aspect of some fast competitive 40k stuff as well. So, but if you guys have any questions for the players, make sure you post them in the description in the comments so I can get to them during our post-game recap as well. So please don't forget to participate in that too. However, I'm really excited to see if do you still have a full wounded Riptide? Do you still have a full wounded Riptide, Conrad?
What's up?
Is one of your Riptides full wounded?
Yes.
Basically, he's
Okay.
taken 3. No, he's taken 3.
Just from the Nova thingy, right? Okay.
No, he saved one of them with skin and stone, no?
Oh, the one with...
Right, so we still have 2 Riptides. One of them's almost dead. One of them's pretty much alive. And then all the characters, a couple of the little fire warriors and stuff like that. So we'll kind of see how that works as well as this. So bring squads of 10 Enemies overkill the first 5 squads, then you hit them with the second wave. Yes, second wave. Just tons and tons and tons of guys. That's usually how it works. It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's a thing they do.
Yeah.
You're actually gonna. And then we're gonna go to the shooting phase, I suppose. I mean, by shooting, I mean psychic. And by
Crack's face off.
So,
Smite. Crack can go away now.
what's up? Oh,
Smiting Crack. I got you. Eldar will. He will cast Jinx on the Riptide.
Sure.
7. Nope. He'll try again with the stones. Nope.
Oh, I was hoping for barrels.
Eldar will cast.
I saw the one. The other one was.
We'll do the Warlock. He'll cast Protect on the Guardians.
Sure.
Yep. Eldar will smite this jerk. Yep. For 2.
Subs. No.
Eldar will doom that Riptide.
So is this guy?
Yep. Doesn't no, he's
You don't need to because you're about to use your strat.
I'm about to use faster. That's really true. He'll just cast Fortune on the Guardians. He'll try that again. There he goes.
Go get it.
And he'll just Executioner him because he has nothing really worth dooming.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. You know what? No, I'll doom the broadside.
Just this.
Yeah, just cause goes off.
Yep.
Guns.
Guns.
I like guns. I'm gonna put 8 shuriken pistols into those guys I'm fighting in combat.
Some of them can't see because he's on the other side.
So how many can see?
I put two guys back there for you.
Okay, make me save.
4 up. Save.
I'm just gonna stab your face off in combat now.
That's right. Don't be trying to cheat.
Do what I want. Autarch's gonna shoot the almost dead Riptide. Can't kill this guy now. Shuriken. All hit. 5s. 2 2-ups. Uh-oh.
6 up.
Got a Philippine this, and you're dead. Prisms, I will link fire. Do I get the map one? Nope, I'm at a CP2. They're gonna shoot the Riptide. Not get this Riptide. So he's gonna put 2d3 shots into you.
Yeah.
For 3 on 3s and 3s.
Rerolling.
Rolling. 3 involves.
This is it.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
5 ups.
That's right.
Should have jinxed you. Take 3 wounds. 9. You're way the hell too far away.
I was just checking.
I know you were. I know.
Just checking, you know.
I know, bro. I know,
Just
bro.
saying.
Okay. Got some pistols. 2 pistols into him to hit on 2s. And on 3s. 1 4-up save on him.
He has a 3-up, doesn't he? Or are you talking about him?
I'm shooting him. They have 4-ups on them.
Sure.
Yep. So on a 3 misses. He will shoot at a broadside, I guess. Nope. I'll try again. Nope. Plane. The messed up plane will shoot at the Riptide.
Okay.
Actually, he does all. He'll pulse laser the Riptide, and he'll star cannon the broadsides.
Okay.
That makes more sense. Pulse laser on 4s, 1 hit on a 3. That's a wound, so 1 inbolt. Pulsey.
Yeah.
Star cannons. 3 hits. 3s. Roll for doom. 2 saves from star cannons on broadsides. Through.
Yep.
4 wounds to broadside.
Down to 2.
Yes, sir.
I'll do that one.
Fire Warriors will, not Fire Warriors, Guardians, sorry. Just the broadsides.
Okay.
That's going to be 2 are dead, so that's 18 left. So 16 catapults and 2 cannons. So the cannons. Yeah. Cannons on 3s, no rerolls. And on 3s, with rerolls. 2 2-ups, 1 5-up.
2 ups.
Oh, I should have rolled.
5 up.
Go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And a half. I gotta roll 3 more of these.
Just roll a red die.
Nah.
Why not?
So because I have
Or is
to
that
roll,
my red die? That's why you don't want it.
I gotta roll 3 more dice after this.
Okay, so we got some shooting going on. Riptide's taking some damage. Broadsides have taken a bit of damage. These are all the Guardians shooting into the broadsides right now. Broadsides are doomed. Fire Prisms still haven't fired either. One of them has? Okay, so the other Fire Prism has not fired yet, which gives them a good vantage point. Shadiz is going to his first 40-person RTT this weekend. Very cool. That's a big RTT to go to. That means there'll be quite a few undefeated players. At the top, if it's a 3-rounder, there's 1 of 3 GT possible events up here in AK doing this coming weekend, says Renlore. We just barely have enough to make it a GT at this point. Yeah, so there's a lot of people, is what you're saying, going to different events all over. Matthias asked for the army list. I put up the link to the army list. If you want to take a look at them, check the chat, and they'll be there. If you didn't catch us live, you can check the description on YouTube, and they'll be on there as well. So welcome, welcome, welcome to all the new people. If you're just lurking, that's okay. We love lurkers here on the channel. Make sure you stop in and say hi, even as a lurker. I appreciate you guys just lurking and just watching from the sidelines. Unless you're Eric, in which case, I know. I'm just kidding, Eric. Love you, buddy. So, continue to shoot, basically trying to take out the 2 big pieces that are left, which are the Riptide and the Broadside. Essentially, just trying to kill Broadsides and Riptides, the biggest things. Escapist, I can only get a... Can I get a hug at TGX? My aunt just died. Yeah, for sure, man. Condolences to you and your family. It's never easy when family passes away. Good night, Bro. Gotta go sleep. Have fun. Nom Nom Necron says lurking. Awesome. Thank you, Nom Nom Necron. Really appreciate it. Eric says, you love me. I do love you, Eric. Because you're awesome. And you're amazing.
This one advanced. That should be 4, right? Yeah, 4.
So, no problem, Escapist. We'll be seeing everybody at the TGX. Now, the TGX, I am considering, I'm supposed to be streaming a table all weekend, so Saturday, Sunday, all 5 or 6 rounds at the TGX, if the internet is good. If it is good, I will be here doing a live stream all weekend long, so you guys get to watch the TGX, basically, not necessarily the top table, but I'll be getting some interesting matchups for you, hopefully, for the first couple of rounds, and then the last day I'll probably be doing the top table.
Or do they ignore them?
So make sure that you are enjoyed. So if you want to watch some 40k all weekend long, hold on to your horses. It's going to be super, super fun. 'Cause I am French, says Worm. And by Worm, I mean Eric. I don't see a difference in the name, Worm or Eric. Whoa, it's almost the end. Yeah, Matthias, it's almost the end of the stream. We've got 17 minutes on one clock, 19 minutes on the other. You know, they've definitely been going through their time, but this is, you know, bottom of turn 3. It's okay, so it seems like the players have decided to talk it out, As hold on, let me put the so people can hear what it sounds like when you talk out a game.
So yeah, I'm gonna get the bonus again.
Yes.
I'm gonna get the bonus for the rest of the game probably.
Well,
So
yeah.
what I would do, I would just charge your characters with my beloved guardians,
And then
just
wrap them. Yeah.
wrap you. You can't shoot me anymore. I kill that thing next turn and just farm them for points for the rest of the game. So I'll get 5 for primary for the rest of the game. I'll max out all my secondaries that I can do still, and
I'll probably kill him and the Autarch. So I'll get Warlord.
you'll get
for
Warlord
those.
and a kill.
And a kill. I'll probably hold this again.
Sure, you'll get one more hold more.
Yep.
And then yeah, that's probably it.
He's probably gonna die off.
He'll die. He'll get stabbed to death.
I might kill them off and get onto the objective, but that still won't give me a hold more. Unless I might be able to. No, you're just gonna kill them off.
I'm just gonna kill you this turn.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yep.
Okay, folks. So we'll take a break and we will return.
Again, though.
Good game.
And that is the handshake.
Shake, folks.
So-
Devin has taken the winning spot on Night Fight 6. The Eldar reign supreme over the Tau. We will be returning with a post-game report in a few minutes, so make sure you stay tuned to that as we go that. With that, we will be back with this. So stay tuned, folks. Just a few minutes. We'll be right back. And that is game. Thanks a lot for watching number 6, Night Fight, and we've got a winner. Woo! Conrad,
He deserved it.
he did. It was a good game. Okay, so as it is traditional to go through here at the end of the game, we talk about what worked for you, what didn't work for you, and if you would have done anything differently. So we'll start with you, Conrad. What do you think you would have done differently? What worked for the list, and what didn't work?
So I would have probably Motka in the first turn anyway, despite the kind of whiffing that I did. Normally, I should have actually killed the prison with the amount of shots.
Probably should have. You rolled kind of hot for your wounds. My saves weren't great.
Yeah.
There was a chance.
might-
There was
There
a
was a-
chance
there
that
was a good
prison
chance,
would have
yeah.
died, but
Yeah.
the prison didn't die.
Yeah.
But then the first Eldar turn didn't really happen.
It
Nothing.
didn't
Like
happen a lot.
you killed a little.
There's a couple things that I would have changed was my positioning for probably the broadsides. I probably would have tucked them in behind the building.
Yeah, you should have protected them a lot better.
Yeah.
Because the
So-
Autarch getting in their turn too.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I should have screened out a little bit better versus the Autarch for turn 3.
Yes.
Yeah,
So that
because
was
as
a
soon as
big
that Otak get in, there's not even if it just stops the broadside from shooting for a turn. Like
That's
yeah,
worth
that's
it.
Yeah, it's
massive, right?
worth it for him.
Because then he gets in, I pick off more Riptides, and I just throw Wave Serpents at you for the rest of the game.
Yeah, because wave serpents are very, very hard to kill anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So overall, you know, it's definitely not an easy matchup. Like all the minuses
No.
to hit are not easy for Tau. Tau don't like minuses to hit.
No,
That's
definitely
You know,
not.
they hit on 4s, right? Well, 3's velocities, -2. They're still hitting on 5s.
Still fives.
Unless you can stack up Markalites, but then the Markalites don't hit.
Yeah.
So it can get really tough.
turn 2, I should have I was in a good position to kill 2 planes. It just didn't pull through for me. So
Okay. Had you killed a couple of planes, it's good because that's star cannons and pulsators you don't have to worry about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then with the fire prism and those 2 planes gone, it's actually a lot easier for me to hold out. Maybe I could have held out for turn 3 with some more shield drones, so I could soak up some more damage.
Yeah, because once the shield drones will go down, it's hard to keep your stuff alive.
You just die.
Right? Yeah.
That's why I have 31 shield drones. It's kind of necessary.
Yeah, and sometimes there's some people that only take like 18 or 20, and they just die.
It is not enough. You lose them all in one turn. It's just like, cool, I just lose them.
Although I have seen a couple of lists with like lots of 2-man shield drone units.
Yeah.
Like tons and tons of 2-man shield drone units.
You just give up, kill more every turn with that.
I guess that makes sense.
That's why I have 2 big units of 9. I have a unit of 7, and then the broadsides for the extra
kill
shield
points.
drones.
Which is why you take the Sasea Ethereal, so the leadership 10.
Makes sense. Okay, very cool. Okay, so Devin, what worked, what didn't work for you?
What worked? Fire prisms are great, like especially against Tau.
Okay.
A lot of people are thinking that you have to shoot like the D3 shots to do D3 damage. The trick is you shoot the D6 shots at broadsides. You'll run one broadside down to like 3 wounds left, and then the Tau player realizes, oh crap, I'm going to lose broadsides. So then they just start punting them all off to drones, so you just kill more drones.
Which is why, like, when I did it, I rolled it out. I got really lucky with my 5-up saves there, and
you should have lost way more.
Yeah, I should have lost a lot.
Because it's D6 strength 6 shots, right?
Strength 6 minus 3. If you throw Jinx on that, the broadsides only have 6-up saves.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. So they're kind of forced to put them on the
So
drones.
you force them to put 1 damage shots off the drones.
Right, which is kind of what you want.
Which is what I want to do.
Yeah, which is why I was trying to be sneaky with Grek and trying to snipe out the Warlock with the
which is why I had 2 guys with Protect Jinx.
Oh, did you? Okay.
So the Warlock with the Belltime Rock also had it.
Yeah, with the reroll.
So my idea was like one of them puts Protect on Guardians, the other one jinxes something, and then Conceal guy puts Conceal on.
Yeah, makes sense. But overall, that was a very high competitive game. Usually, the competitive players play, and you can kind of really tell what kind of way the game is swinging in like the first 3 turns or so.
Yeah, we kind of knew by turn 2 what was going to happen.
Yeah, you get that like experience where you can kind of tell what's going on. But other than that, thanks a lot for coming on to Night Fight. And we will see you all at ETC 2019 or at Warhammer World on the 5th of August, which is a Monday. So come on down to Warhammer World if you're in that part of the world and say hi to lovely Canadian ETC faces.
You can challenge my Mech Tau.
That's right. You can challenge Devin's Mech Tau.
That list is also gross.
It's gross. It's very gross. Anyway, thanks a lot, everybody. Really appreciate you guys coming on and watching. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And don't forget, Night Fight. Yeah. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
And that's when I go to this button over here. It says post stream. And that's the end of the stream.